don't see it running, though. Oh. Ah, we're up and running. We are now live. Fantastic.
Wunderbar.
Yes, and I will be recording this as well, just in case. Let's get this
Hoorah.
started. Okay. So, as you gentlemen remember, you were on a caravan heading towards the Kaggrim Gate. And after a bit of a attempted rest on the first night, you guys ended up getting ambushed by several villagers from the nearby town of Battleford who had escaped capture from the guards there. So, among the dead, you can rest assured, Mor-gak, that your crazed dead wife was not among them. It looks like she's just gone and done her own thing, while the rest of them decided to head towards you guys and try to attack you and kill you. Luckily for you, even after one of the crazed villagers turned into a behemoth, you guys managed to fight them off and wipe them from the face of the earth, thankfully. The other caravan, or parts of the caravan, were not so lucky, fortunately. The guards suffered heavy casualties, and there are quite a large number of injured as well as murdered civilians in the populace. With the majority of the people now spooked beyond belief and fearing for their lives, they've all made haste to their caravans and have started in a very haphazardly way packing all their things up and beeline their way to the Kaggrim Gate. So the entire caravan that was once uniform and organized is now complete and utter chaos. People are trying to just get the hell out of there, and they're trying to get to the gate as quickly as possible right now. So you guys are very, you see, you guys are really stretched thin at the moment. And a lot of the carriages that were lost to fire or looting in this whole process, they ended up just like leaving them behind, pretty much. So right now it's a bit of a chaotic scene. You guys are dealing with a lot of stuff right now. Some are still tending to wounded and trying to hitch rides to on top of other caravans that were on their way. But a lot of people aren't stopping to help anyone at this point.
Did we rest since last session?
You haven't rested since last session, no. They attacked pretty much in the middle of your watch, I believe, Mor-gak?
So I reduced back my HP.
Yeah.
Yes. You guys haven't slept yet.
Lovely.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm. So I'll just go ahead.
Yeah, I turned it.
So, Lydia is still with you guys, along with your very pale, unarmed friend. They're just kind of like cruising about and looking at all these people and wondering what your next step is. So
I'm still confused as to how she got out of a well.
Yeah, I'm looking around. Yeah, I'm checking around what to do with that giant head I took.
Just gonna use an investigation check on that well. It bothers me.
Alright. As far as you're concerned, the well is quite bottomless. There is a strong chance that the well is connected to a sewage system of some kind. That, or for plot conveniences, she just showed up out of nowhere. We're getting very...
I don't believe in plot conveniences.
Yes.
It's some
What is
found
this
magic.
plot?
Who said that disembodied voice?
Where are you? Fight me!
No, Mor-gak, you can't fight anybody.
Why?
Excuse me, what?
Because he's somebody, not anybody. You know, and you can't fight the well.
Watch me.
And I watch Mor-gak battles.
Yes.
You're going to hurt his head if you keep doing
No, we should
Oh, by
probably
the way.
worry about all the people in chaos right now.
Screw
Well.
them.
I figure the barbarian
Well.
would be the nicer of the three of you right now.
Nah, he's just concerned that he can't see his enemies from this much people.
Yeah.
Listen, it'd be easier if they were all dead, but you know,
I agree.
you don't feel much about that.
Yeah.
By the way, Smex, can
Probably
I
would have been
see...
more loot as well. Anyway, you were saying?
Can I check for some magic from that giant abomination head that I got last... I saved one head from the many-headed giant.
You can roll for Arcana and see if you notice any magic from it.
Right.
You do not have the power. Only the orc can roll properly.
From what you can tell, the magic that once imbued this giant monstrosity has now dissipated completely. It is dead. It
Yeah, I'll
is
just
dead.
drop it down the well.
It won't fit down the well. You can't lift it yourself.
Mor-gak, can you help me here?
No.
Can you cut the head in half and just...
I will turn around, look at with anger Mor-gak, and climb on the head and start hitting it down. But you know, one leg outside of the well and no one hitting the head to inside the well.
Mor-gak watches in amusement.
Yeah. Since you guys are so occupied with this little activity, none of you notice a couple individuals started looting your carriage from the rear. You do hear some rustling, but right now you guys are too enamored with the fact of shoving this head down the well.
But everything's just in the bag of holding. I don't
Lydia?
understand.
Yeah.
Lydia comes up to you, Hifsam, and she's like, "Is that your cart?"
Is my what here?
She points and she literally takes both hands on either side of your head and makes your head turn to the cart and goes like, "Is that your cart?" As she sees these three individuals run off with hands just like carrying a bunch of sacks of gold and food and provisions and clothes and run off.
Creamisam would, for a second, turn pale and then start running. You bloody bastards! And I will prepare Hunger of Hadar.
Oh god!
Not still use it, but prepare.
Okay, do you want to use it now? Amidst all this chaos? Because there are people
Kill.
running all
Maybe.
over the place right
I'll
now.
yell, turn back now or face palm.
No, they're sprinting, my friend. They are gone. They're just getting the hell out of Dodge right now.
Well, I'm sorry to say this, but some people must really feel the consequences for the stuff they didn't do. I'll use it.
Okay.
Oh god!
You'll use it?
I
Alright.
feel something terrible is going
Just
to happen,
gonna go
but
ahead and cast magic missile at second level to hit them in the legs.
Hit him in the legs? Okay.
Hit them in the legs.
Okay, so Hifsam decided to do his Hunger of Hadar first, so we're going to deal with that.
Alright.
So you open
oh,
the
wait a
gateway.
second.
Hmm?
I don't remember if I have any spell slots.
Oh.
Yeah, actually, we should probably check that, because you're doing this at a 3rd level spell.
Yeah. No, spells are all of the same level, but just the thing is, I have 1 or 2 spell slots, and I definitely used one. I don't know if I used the second.
You definitely used one, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, I remember. The sickening.
Yeah.
Yeah, you used the Sickening for sure, but you should have, I would think you have another
Yeah, he
spell
has
slot
one
left.
more, at least. Yeah.
I'll do a quick skim.
Okay. Because if you want
In
to
the
use it-
meantime, let him cast.
Okay, so
First
you're
the-
flipping through your book and go like, bloody, how does this work again? And then Aust just goes ahead and fires off a couple magic missiles at 2nd level. Are you hitting all 3 individuals?
Let me see how many missiles this will get me. I think
At
it's
2nd level, it
4.
would be 4, yeah. So
Yeah.
technically you should 3.
Let's go 2 of them for 2 of the people who look like they have the sacks of gold, and 1 for the person who looks like he has less.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll say that you
Oh, one of them only did
managed
2
to
damage.
hit all 3 with the magic missile, and all 3 tumble to the ground in agony, and the sacks of gold go spilling, and the
I
food
used both of
provisions-
them. Yeah, I can't use it.
Okay.
I used on invisibility.
You're gonna use invisibility instead? Okay.
No, I used it on
Oh, you
invisibility,
used
so
it. Okay.
yeah, I can't use anything.
Alright.
Well, now that they're on the ground, feel free to blast them to death.
And I would smile with evil laugh and go slowly towards them
Okay.
and ask, "Gentlemen, did you by some occasion rob my cart?" And smile even wider.
So,
What's
as-
Mor-gak doing here?
Yeah. What are you up to, Mor-gak? You just watching the wonderful chaos?
I'm just waiting for this all to turn back on him after they all just get up and, pile on. Mor-gak's just waiting for shit to hit the fan.
Okay. So, Mor-gak,
And
Hivsam, as you approached, you do notice that two of the individuals happen to be young men, couldn't be older than 15 or 16. And the third one is actually a bit of a tall, young wood elf female. And she's probably around, I don't know, let's say 250 years. So she's young for a wood elf as well. And they were just, they were raiding her cart. She was carrying, like, the food and the clothes and stuff. She was thinking, like, provisionally. These other guys just wanted your money. So from what you can see on the ground, there's probably about, like, 25 to 30 gold pieces. They didn't get a whole lot because they were running as soon as you...
They are in
them.
bars, yeah. You
Yeah.
can't steal much.
They didn't get a chance to take much from you. And the lady, she's got some of your rations and we'll say some of the meat that Mor-gak stored off the cart as well.
She doesn't want that.
She doesn't know what she has. She just like sees food and she's like, I'll take that. And she's got like a old blanket and like clothes that she had taken, some of which kind of like doesn't look like it belongs to too many of you. It looks like she's been raiding other carts as well along with her friends. So, but we'll say she got like maybe one of Hivsam's shirts and Aust's briefs, like pants.
Damn it, that's my favorite.
So, what do you want to do, Hivsam? You want to end their miserable?
No, I'm
lives?
just. Nah, I just ask them, and with two hands, I'll crackling the Eldritch Blast if they try anything insane to do. With a wide smile and evil grin.
Can you even ready Eldritch Blast because you've used all your spells?
It's a cantrip.
It's a cantrip.
Oh, it's a cantrip.
Yeah.
You're good, right? Yeah. Okay, never mind. So yeah, they look very visibly frightened. They say it's like all they wanted was to get some food and clothes before everything was gone. Judging from their clothes, it doesn't even look like they're part of the caravan. They may have just like hitched a ride, but these look like maybe like even street urchins. Like they just kind of, tried to get out of town or from wherever they're from as quickly as they could.
Oh well, too bad they encountered us.
Yeah.
The massive murderers and instigators
Yes.
of natural disaster. Yeah, and I would still smile. Well, I'm waiting, gentlemen. My hand is a little shaky, You see, I'm light on my spells. Can somebody speak up?
So they just say they're sorry. They just needed like the money to pay their way through Kaggrim Gate because there is a toll now. They don't want any trouble. The only way they would be able to get in to Kaggrim Gate is if they had some sort of like tribute to the dwarves.
Okay, so I'll ask them to drop down everything they stole.
Okay, so I want to roll for insight for me, Hivsam.
Insight. There it is.
Oh!
God.
Well, no,
It's eight. It's eight.
It's an 8.
Yeah.
It's an 8. Yeah.
Still not good, but
So
It's not a 1.
yeah. So from what you can tell, they've laid down all the stuff that they stole from all the carts and carriages and stuff. So they're very happy. They're very sorry. They just like hold up their hands, all three of them. They're just like, please, like we don't want any trouble. We'll leave you alone. We'll just run off and not bother you again.
I kind of
Okay,
shout at
before
him
that-
to check the bags.
What bags? They have bags.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And the bags.
They have like a pouch and stuff, and
Like-
and, like the girl has a pouch, and the guys have like pockets and stuff.
Okay, so basically all our stuff is there.
Well, from what you can see, all your stuff is there, yes. In addition to a few other things that they may have taken from other carts as well. Like more food
Okay.
and like pieces of silver jewelry and gems and stuff like that, like little trinkets.
Okay, then I will kindly ask them without threatening to show me those pouches. If they forgot something that they didn't bring back.
So the girl reluctantly opens up the pouch, and inside she has a little mouse in it with some little crumbs of bread and cheese.
Ooh, what's his name?
She says is Mr. Whiskers is his name. That's her little pet.
It's
Ooh, sweet.
good. Okay.
And I'll take a piece of rations and give it to Mouse.
For half a second,
And-
I thought you were going to say, "I'm going," and then I take Mr. Whiskers. Oh.
And then I take Mr. Whiskers and I fire Eldritch Blast at it, turning him into a white paste.
No, that's a mouse.
No,
We don't hate mice.
no. Okay, so yeah.
But we did Bambi once, oh god.
She kind of smiles a bit weakly, and she's like, "Thanks you for the additional rations for the pet mouse."
And I would give them some gold, enough and a little above it to pass the gates and some food. Not too much.
Okay.
Maybe for one day to last them.
Okay, so you give them a day's rations each, or just like a day's rations for one individual?
For each.
For each. Okay, so 3 days rations for each. Mor-gak, I'm assuming you carry the rations for the group, so you could reduce that. If it's just in meat, we'll say that collectively you gave them 5 pounds of meat.
Got it.
Because you guys don't really have rations, you have like just hunks of meat, so I'll go by
Meat
that.
and cheese.
Yeah, meat and cheese. So you gave them like about 5 pounds of whatever meat you want to give them. And how much gold
Yeah.
did you want to give them, Hickson?
Well, how much would be the toll?
They say the toll right now is probably about 15 gold each. Per
Yeah,
person.
then 45.
45.
Actually, no. 45 plus, let it say around about 90 in total.
Oh, very generous. Okay, so you give them 90 gold, so Mor-gak, you can reduce that from your collective bank there.
Yeah, very generous to steal from my pocket and give to them.
Well, my pocket is already ruined, so... Actually, it is not ruined. I will return you when I get back to Adnil. From my bank.
Do you want to roll persuasion on that, Hipsam, or do you just want to leave it at that?
Deception.
It's deception. Oh no, actually, it's double deception because I deceived myself and then Mor-gak.
So disadvantage. Oh, well, no, 11.
Mor-gak will be back. Mor-gak reluctantly agrees, we'll say, but he's very wary of your deceitful ways. He's very... So...
And I'll fare them good luck.
Okay.
And try not to die next time.
Yes, all 3 of them thank you as they slowly limp away. It looks like there's a couple of abandoned carriages as well, so most likely they'll be able to rustle one up and just claim one for themselves and make their way to the gate, just like you guys.
Alright.
What do you guys
Bloody thieves. I hate them. And I'll return to shoving the head down the well.
Can I get a strength throw with disadvantage, please?
Alrighty.
1.
Oh, is that
Aha!
disadvantage, so we'll see.
Come on.
It's a 7.
It's a 7.
What?
I didn't see it.
I
I'm not
rolled.
seeing it.
Huh, I see 7 and 15. I'll do it again.
Okay.
Yes.
That's weird. That didn't show. There we go. There's your 7 and 15.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we'll go with the 7. You're having a severely difficult time trying to shove it's basically a square block in a circular hole. So you're trying to shove this huge thing in something that will definitely not fit down the well. Just out of like
Basic challenge for
stubbornness.
toddlers.
Just Eldritch blast it down the well. I don't know what you're doing. This
Well,
is totally saying
if
that
you're
as
that,
You,
a joke.
as you
But-
continue to try and do this interesting task, you can literally hear Lydia's eyes roll into the back of her head and go like, "Can we go now, please?"
Okay,
just
that
a
does
little
not
bit,
look
it
healthy.
won't fit. Yeah, and I'll give up because it won't
No.
go away.
And as
Sorry
one
about that.
Go back to the
as
carriage.
one final defiant act, you see the eyes of the monstrosity kind of like look down, and then its tongue just kind of like ravel out of its mouth and stick out, just like hit the ground.
Yeah, and I'll scream and run away and Eldritch blast him from the far. Why does this keep happening to me?
I don't know.
Go figure.
Yeah, and return to the carriage.
Okay, so we'll say you guys managed to pick up all your belongings off the ground, load it onto the carriage, and you start heading towards Kaggrim Gate again. You managed to catch up with a few carriages as well, who decided to stay in one group just because they
You're
figure
fuzzy.
it's stronger in numbers. A lot of the peasants ended up panicking, however, and they just ended up trying to book it as far away. So you can see carriages like, we'll say a good kilometer or two out, dust kicking up as they're just like galloping down the dirt road. But we'll say there's maybe about 4 or 5 carriages that decided to stay in a uniform line. A couple of the individuals that are on top of these carriages are also guards that survived the night ambush. You see a couple of them are bandaged. One guy's got a bandage right over his left eye, holding a crossbow, and another gentleman is got his hand on the hilt of his sword, just kind of like peering into the woods, making sure there's no like movement of bushes or anything, keeping a close eye.
Yeah, give the
These are
partially
close,
blind
yes.
guy a crossbow. Tell me how that goes.
Well, this time he doesn't have to squint while he fires. He just like holds it up to his other eye.
Oh.
Because you know how people like when they hold up a gun, they
Yeah.
squint one eye. Now he doesn't have to squint one of the eyes.
Yeah, that's practical.
Definitely.
Imagine how good he'd be if he had 2 eye patches.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
exactly.
about. He does not even need to
Mor-gak.
look.
He'd ascend into divinity.
Blind sight works wonders. It really does.
You know, Mor-gak, you should be a scientist, you know.
Applies 2 eye patches, instant blind sight 100 feet.
If I couldn't become a shaman, there's no way I'm being a scientist.
What's a scientist? What
Hello.
is it?
Well,
Is science.
Howdy.
Oh, hello!
Oh, you're
Hello.
alive.
I am alive.
Super.
I
You missed shoving the head in the well.
Well, you didn't.
I come out
Yeah.
of the well. I
Yeah.
Bring greetings.
Oh, we're already
I'm-
past that. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, Hivsam
Nice
kind
to
of covered
meet
up the well with one of those heads of the giant.
No, my well.
Yeah. You're already on the carriage on your way to Kaggrim Gate.
I come from a box then.
What?
Come out of the box.
Why were you in a box? I
Back
don't
in the box.
understand.
Acting
What?
Things. He kind of got distracted and just threw in the box.
I wanted to say that it's going to be a little longer than I expected. So
Oh.
I'll be back
Oh, okay.
back into the box and vanishes.
Oh, okay. So she's
She's
chilling
gone.
in the box right now. Sneaky.
Bloody tricks.
I just kind of look into the box and just can't find her.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a magic.
Mor-gak puts a heavier box on top of the box. So you're getting out of this.
Okay.
She
You know,
appears
makes
out
me
of
wonder-
that box.
No.
It's like it's a magic nesting doll of boxes. What's going on?
Infinite recursion.
Yeah.
Take 10 psychic damage.
I'm stealing this from a rogue who comes from a barrel, so
Oh, okay.
I'll see y'all later.
Okay.
All right.
See ya.
Later.
Yeah.
Okay. So as Lydia returns to her box,
She'll appear out of.
yeah, you guys
I swear.
pull up beside one of the carriages because this road is now wide enough to for 2 lanes. So you kind of see into one of the carriages a familiar face, the woman and the daughter riding in the back of one carriage, being manned by 2 guards. And across from them is a portly gentleman with a wiry mustache, we'll say. He's got like a plume hat, so he's got like a very nice, kind of like scarlet red hat with a big white feather sticking out of one of the carriage windows, and he just seems to be chatting up the woman and her daughter quite a lot, regaling them with his story of his travels and all the adventures and dangers that he faced, and how well he survived each and every encounter because of his vast intelligence and very sharp wit. He seems to be just embellishing quite a bit on his stories that he's been telling these people.
How quaint.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a chance that might be Quebec?
Zaster Quibig is not known. This gentleman is a human, a portly human gentleman with wiry mustache.
I'm still driving the cart, right?
Yes, you're still driving the car.
No, that's Nur.
There's the co-pilot.
Yeah.
Did you give him a little hat as well?
Of course I did.
He bleats happily while he sits on the cart beside you, Mor-gak.
Alright, Mor-gak, do a drift.
No.
Why not?
Horses
Come
don't.
on, are you a driver or not?
Mor-gak just stares at him like, I'm not gonna wreck this cart. If you wanna walk, fine.
Oh yeah, you're right actually.
Yeah. You should enjoy this ride, Sam. It's not every day you get driven somewhere.
Yeah, correct.
Oh, what happened to that one drunk fellow or person who didn't use any weapons, decided to run up to a wizard and try and punch him?
Oh, he's with you guys in the carriage right now too.
He's in the other
Bill!
box.
Oh, he's in the other
Yeah.
box. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Was he kind of just...
We're packing, he wouldn't move, I threw him in a box.
Huh.
Did you poke holes so he could breathe?
Sitting in the back of the carriage that you guys have right now.
Yeah, and I would turn around and yell, Bill, wanna play cards?
You just hear like a faint grunt from the back. It doesn't seem like he's interested right now.
Yeah. Come on, Aust, let's play in gold. I heard this game fishing. I don't know what that means, but we can try.
Fish?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't have the gold. That's all with Mor-gak.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
Yeah.
play in leaves then.
Leaves. I approve of this. Here. Yes.
you approve of this? Yeah.
There you go. Performance.
Okay.
Unfortunately for you, I have in my hand.
What?
What do you have?
Exodia!
Full house.
Sleight of hand! You didn't see that one coming, did you?
That can't be true. You look.
Okay. What do you
Wait
do
a
with sleight
second.
of hand on exactly?
I steal his hand from him.
Oh, okay.
I just switch it.
You're like, look, a distraction.
Yes.
Wait a minute. You took my Exodia.
Little did he notice I switched all the other parts of his Exodia with just arms of Exodia. That's
We're
all
just
he has.
legs.
Only the
What
legs.
version of 52 card pickup are you guys?
The one where Sam has lost because all 52 cards just disappeared from his hand suddenly and he doesn't know where they went.
Some Rudy magics.
You feel
Oh,
a bit dejected.
that was beautiful.
Well, this
Okay.
is boring. Shall we call that guy that tells many stories in here? Maybe he
Yes.
can tell something interesting. And I would struck my head outside of the cart. Hey, dude, can you come here?
So you
Huh.
look in, you yell outside the window, but it looks like the gentleman is too busy talking to the wife and the child still, and he's now resorted to going into one of his packs and pulling out what looks to be very crudely made sock puppets, and he's kind of like trying to cheer up the little girl because, you know, the whole last night's incident kind of rattled her quite a bit. He's just trying to keep her distracted from thinking about it too much. But
Okay, I'll say that again, but with my mind abilities. You know what?
Oh god,
inside-
why would you do this? They're just civilians. Their minds aren't strong enough.
No, not the kids. Just the guy.
Okay, so what do you say again?
Not real. No.
What did I say? Hey, dude, come over here, and you know, give him the image of our cart.
So he stops mid-sentence, and his eyes kind of go like wide for a second, and he's like looking around, and he sees your cart. And what are you doing right now? You're just like smiling out the window, waving, or?
No, I'm just waving, you know,
Oh.
with head protruding outside.
Okay. He looks visibly shaken as he goes and takes his hand on one side of the cart and kind of pulls the curtain slowly closed.
Huh. And I would go back inside. He's not ready to talk. We'll make him talk.
Mm-hmm.
Why did this suddenly get so much darker?
So-
Okay.
Well, if there's nothing else to do, I should go back to sleep.
Okay.
Because apparently we did not sleep enough.
Gotcha.
Then an arrow appears and hits the side of the cart.
No. So we'll say that the day goes on relatively uneventful. The 5 carriages that you guys are traveling with remain together in a group, and you guys stop once again for the night to relax a little bit. Just to fast forward through some things here, I'm going to let you know who's with you guys still, and we'll do this downtime thing that I planned. So you guys have options of creating magical weapons, trying to learn maybe a new skill or something. With 4 days, you won't be very proficient at it, obviously. But what I'm willing to do is a skill that you guys are not proficient in. I'll let you put 1 point into it if you want. Or we'll do the carousing thing where I let you know who you're traveling with, and through the whole time, all 4 days remaining, you guys can pick one individual to kind of like schmooze and try and do a charisma check at the end of those 4 days to see if you are successful in your talking and conversation. And then we'll go on from there, and I'll let you know if you succeed or not and what the reward or the failure is.
Okay.
So it's I'll let you know who you're traveling with now, and you guys can decide. So right now you have that portly fellow who seems a little bit, you know, standoffish at the moment. And then the other individuals you have traveling with you, there is a dwarf mage and his, we'll say bodyguards, traveling with a very large cage of a minotaur inside it.
Ooh, Minotaur.
Bad fellow.
Those guys are the ones that you met at the slave market. They ended up purchasing the minotaur for themselves, and they're heading towards Kaggrim Gate. You also have a what looks to be a jeweler. The reason you can tell that is because he's a traveling jeweler. He's got a lot of trinkets and sort of like things hung up on the
Trinkets,
sides of
odds
his
and
cart.
ends. Odds and ends.
Yeah,
And that
trinkets
sort
and odds and ends and stuff like that. So there's that gentleman. He's a elderly, elvish man who is in that cart. And then the other one looks to be a baker and chef. He's carrying like tarts and cakes and provisions and stuff like that, like tasty treats for people. And then what also looks to be a rather rich dwarvish family. They're imbued with very precious stones. The father has like this giant, what looks to be gold necklace around him with a hammer sigil on the front of it. His wife is adorned with jewels on all of her fingers, rather large rubies and topazes and emeralds and stuff like that. And then they have a little a girl dwarf who is carrying just like a teddy bear with her. So jeweler, that standoffish guy, the rich dwarf family, the mage, and the bodyguard, and then your cart. So yeah, that was the 4 that you guys are traveling with right now.
You know, I'm tempted to go with the cook because we promised to learn the cooking skill.
Oh, yeah.
But then again, I have no idea. So the mage guy, the jeweler, the storyteller. Yeah, I'll go for the storyteller. You can probably get us on some lore interesting there.
Okay. What do you want to go with, Aust?
I'm gonna try and learn some intimidation from Mor-gak.
From Mor-gak? Okay.
Yes, because who better to learn it from?
Exactly.
Big
Step
angry
one,
orc.
to look scary. You're already failing.
Exactly.
He's going to be a hard teacher.
Good.
You remember how I taught, oh fuck, I'm forgetting names.
You taught Zeratus Rage.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember all this. Remember how I taught Zeratus Rage by punching him?
Oh, yeah.
It's not gonna be like that, don't worry.
Oh, okay.
He's just going to yell at you a lot.
Huh. We're gonna get a lot of strange looks at the cart, huh?
Boot camp.
Alright.
Get here, soldier!
Teach orc insults to a half-elf. That should be interesting.
Alright, I need to throw that in my languages then. Orcish insults.
Yeah.
I'm actually doing this, by the way.
Okay. We can do that. Alright, so, and then, Mor-gak, what do you want to do for your downtime?
I'm kind of tied between seeing if there's any way to see if the axe gets more powerful from leveling up, or just learning how to fly with the boots.
Oh
You
yeah.
can do either or, yeah.
Why not both?
Studying your axe might be a good idea,
Wow.
and learning how to fly with boots on, also good idea.
I mean, fair
I
enough,
feel
we're
like-
gonna be in a dwarven city in the mountains, so flying might not be as accessible.
But hear me out, if we fall down a crevasse,
Ah,
I can fly out of it.
true.
I'm gonna do the flying.
Okay, sounds good.
Next time. Mor-gak just looks at his axe like, next time. Right now. Wait.
You see the tendrils kind of like wiggle a little bit on either side and stop. It's like you can almost tell it understands what you're saying, but you haven't exactly worked out the whole sign language thing of what it's trying to say back.
Hey, listen, hear me out. If I can fly, we can hit things that fly.
The,
Like
the tendrils
big
start
birds.
shaking on either side, very vigorously, actually.
I want to kill another dragon, is what I'm saying. I
And,
don't know what.
Yeah.
I'm still on it. Yeah, I haven't put it away.
You get the idea that this axe really likes that idea.
That's good, because I really like that idea.
Yes. Off the dragon's wing off.
So we'll start with you, Hifsam. So you want to get to know the storyteller a little bit better.
Yeah.
So go ahead and do your charisma roll, and we'll see how you do.
Ooh,
17, that's really good.
not bad.
Oh, are you proficient in persuasion, by chance?
Maybe.
He's got good charisma. He's got +6 to it.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not.
I mean, regard... Oh.
Well, if he was doing the persuasion thing, it'd be rolling persuasion, but since it's the exact same thing as his save, because
Yeah.
he's a
Yeah.
warlock, it doesn't really make much of a difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next time.
Next time.
So we'll say that through getting to know this individual, you definitely get a good idea of what his adventures were like. He even fills you in on some of the background or rumors that he's been hearing ever since the what they call now the Cataclysm occurred. So you believe the Cataclysm was the thing that happened about 3 weeks ago in Dreadmore Swamp, where you guys were. So he talks of rumors of a portal unleashing these horrible tendrilled beings onto the land of Erithel, and the elves fighting off valiantly these creatures as best they can, but being pushed back to Davenport. And he's also heard rumors that storms have started brewing in the seas, so escape by boat has been near impossible. The weather patterns over the sea has been very, very erratic and not safe for travel whatsoever. So it looks like all the ports are closed. Because the elves have been pushed back to Davenport, the only hope they really have is allying themselves with the dwarves. So there has been like a significant influx of immigrants coming from Erithel into Omagadrux, of elves and just elvish people and even soldiers who have abandoned the fight and battle and are trying to like get into the Dwarven kingdom and sort of like mount some sort of like defense against these creatures. But from what you can tell, within just 3 weeks, the entire Elvish Empire has been like decimated.
And
These
anything
guys are
else
in
about
full
it?
retreat right now.
And anything about the gods, or I don't know.
Rumors of the gods abandoning their people have been spreading very wide. The druids of some of the druids that he's run into, they can't contact Lorthel at all. They've tried numerous times. There's no contact from Surfertiti or Electrolyte or even lactose intolerant. All of those people have gone silent. All the gods have like just up and disappeared. So this gentleman believes that they're dead. The gods have been killed by this evil entity known as the King in Yellow, is what they're calling him.
Hurrah!
Yes.
Okay, anything else to ask him? Does he know anything about the masquerade? I would just probably ask him from far away.
Okay, so he's heard of Masquerade, but doesn't know a whole lot about her outside the fact that she's a mischievous god that doesn't really like getting into things. Her whole motif is basically just like watch the world burn and go, maybe I should probably pick a side now. Kind of thing. Like she's like she likes to have her fun, but she likes to make sure that her fun isn't intruded on by any outside entities. And right now, considering like all of her friends have like disappeared, she's getting kind of antsy over the fact that maybe I should probably do something or help some people out. So you kind of get the feeling that that's what she did with you, Hivsam. She's just like tired of like being by herself, because right now the god realms are empty and she's sitting watching TiVo going like, you know what, this is kind of boring now. I kind of like wish I had my friends back. just to bother and annoy. So yeah, she's kind of taking a side of good at this point, just because like she wants to.
Alright, and about the Kingdom of Adnil?
There's no rumors of Kingdom of Adnil whatsoever. Like he's only been in Erithel. Last he heard, the king was assassinated, and there has been a civil war going since then.
That is new, anyway.
He heard of the traitorous Lady Benadryl leading ragtag groups of drow against her own people for whatever reason, and they believe her to be a traitor to the kingdom, and there's a price on her head, like dead or alive kind of thing, preferably dead.
How much?
He's heard like 1 million gold, something just like ridiculous. Like he's like they really want her dead.
Damn.
Oh.
I've been wanting to get a bounty on my head for so long. Nobody ever does.
Well, I mean,
Just to
that's
see
because
how
you
much
end up
I'm worth.
killing everybody, Mor-gak. There's no
But
one left
how
alive
much?
to place the bounty.
Exactly.
10,000 gold of Mor-gak's head.
That's not enough.
Gold bars.
Oh, that's more like it.
Yeah, I was gonna say 10,000 gold. That's not worth dying for. Forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
well, that would be probably everything. I would ask the Lord Master.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and ask him about that sock party to play it at least once.
Oh, you want him to play you the sock party?
Yeah, we'll probably watch him with the kids.
Oh, with the kids. Okay. So he just says like, oh, that's fine. So he gets the two little girls together and he performs like a sock play, and he's kind of like talking about the old gods and how the new gods kicked the old gods out, and there was this great fight, and the old gods were banished to the astral realm, and the new gods took over and made everything better in the worlds and all that wonderful storytelling stuff. So yeah,
With the socks. Beautiful.
with the socks.
Can I try to learn that?
He'd be willing to teach you the story at least, or at least help you make some sock puppets for yourself.
Yeah, no, I'll find the socks. I just need to know the story. Sweet.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you spend the rest of the time learning the story that he teaches you about the old gods and the new and their battle. So while you're doing that, Hivsam, Aust, you wanted to
Yes.
learn
It's-
a point in intimidation, was it?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So we'll say the 4 days. What exactly do you teach him, Mor-gak? Do you want to teach him just orcish insults, or how do you want to go about this?
Mor-gak's gonna do a little bit of the old orcish insults, but more just like how to
Make a presence of yourself to just impose upon whoever is, so that when they see you, they think, "Oh fuck."
Okay, so
it's more of like
more
building your
intimidating
presence.
kind of thing. Okay. So
Okay.
yeah, we'll say over the few days he learns. He tries to teach you how to puff out your chest, and with some good finagling, maybe stuffing your shirt with some down feathers. It kind of looks like you're, like very, very muscular and very like strong and intimidating. You try and like stop slouching so much and start straightening out your back and sticking out your chest more and holding out your arms in sort of like a square kind of thing, just like learning how to walk more intimidatingly. And Mor-gak seems kind of impressed, but he knows he's got a lot of work left to do. But we'll say like over the 4 days you managed to at least learn 1 point in intimidation
I mean,
from that.
naturally, I'd already have 5, so this brings me up to 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. How do I add that?
Should just be able to add it.
Maybe just as I did, add +1 on the options.
Okay, so
Yeah,
go to
just do
settings.
that. Yeah.
Hold on. Here we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
When you
yeah,
go to
there
settings,
is.
Scroll down your skill list and then go to intimidation, and then it should have a little plus thing on the side. Just do +1.
Okay. Skill list.
Alright, give it a shot just to see if it works.
Getting down there. Oh shoot! It's. As in settings on the right side, or
Okay.
attributes and abilities.
Yeah, there's like gear.
A
In
gear.
your character sheets to the right of spells.
Yeah.
In the middle column. If you
Oh, I
scroll
see it now.
down-
I see it. Yeah. Okay. Where's intimidation? +1. All right. Here we go. So this should work. Well, it should be a natural 1 though. Oh,
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
yeah.
You've got the
Okay.
rage in you, my friend. Comes from
Dang.
the parental abandonment, I think. I really think that's it. Every time
Yeah.
you see your dad, you punch him in the face. That's how you say hello.
Yeah, enough.
Okay, gives it. You're doing good.
All right.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go see if I can fly or fall on my. Honestly, either
Yeah, and I want to watch that.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Good.
So you strap on
Arr.
your flying boots, Mor-gak, and you attempt to fly.
Ner, if I die, you get the boot.
Yerk.
And I get the lure.
No,
Success.
Ner is his own being.
Ner
Right.
gets the axe as well.
No,
Aw.
Yeah, if Mor-gak
Only the
dies,
boots.
he gets to come back as Ner. I'll allow that.
This new
Reincarnation.
character.
oh god, that would be terrifying.
You can
Just a
become your own
flying
familiar.
sheep just bashing into enemies. Alright, so I'm going to attempt flying. How does it go?
Attunement thing first, I believe.
So,
Oh god, I found a perfect picture.
for attunement, that would have to be arcane or arcana. And depending on your ability to attune, we'll see if you succeed or not. Once you're attuned, it's permanent. But you still
Arcane
have
orc.
to, like, kind of,
Perfection.
yeah.
I'm gonna burn my Arcanorc to give me advantage on that.
Okay, good idea.
Yeah, we're probably gonna get a long rest anyway, so.
Yes!
Oh, that was smart.
Fucking
That's
Arcane
smart.
work.
You got it.
Yes!
Technically, that's a nat because it's green.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a nat 20.
So
Yeah.
immediately you're just like, I got this shit, and then you just stick on the boots, one foot in the other, and you're like, and then immediately just shoot straight up in the air about 20 feet, and the wings, the magical wings sprout from either side of the boots, and they flap majestically in the wind as you're just like, and holding onto your axe, kind of like wobbling a little, but you got it like in the first shot.
Yeah,
I'm
and here's
going
someone
to
clap and
kill
yell.
the sky!
That is so.
Sky Killer!
I can just imagine you're like this image of an orc holding a glowing red battle axe with tendrils, shaking in anticipation and excitement. This is a perfect metal album cover. I swear to God. It's like goes straight up in the moon. Your back is lit by the moon, just like flapping in the air, menacingly.
It's just a sheep, just for reasons.
Yeah, Nur is quite impressed with your ability. He's just kind of like hopping up and down on the ground, just like trying to reach you, trying to jump up in the air too. Not really working for him
It's alright, if he believes hard enough one day.
though. Yeah, it's like Peter Pan. It's pretty much just gotta believe.
All he needs to do is get rid of his shadow. Or something like that.
Yeah, I guess. All right, so how do you get down?
He takes
He
off
falls
the boots.
I haven't thought this through. Dive bombs here.
Just
I'm going
keeps
to
flying
kill the
upward.
ground.
You're now attuned to the boots, so because it's I don't know. Would it be acrobatics or just like a dex save?
For what?
To get down.
I would love a dex save, honestly.
Yeah, we'll go with like a general dex save. 'cause
Yeah, dex save when
maneuvering
landing.
downwards. Yeah, trying to land gracefully.
Huh.
17.
That'll do. Yeah, so you manage to just gracefully kind of like skid onto the ground. You kick up a little bit of dirt, but it's a fairly smooth landing. And the shoes now dissipate the wings. The wings just kind of like shimmer away on the boots.
We have a navigator orc.
So yes, you are now attuned with your magic flying boots. Now you can do like dive bomb rage charges.
I am so down with that.
Orc Air Force. Yeah.
Oof.
Oof. That's what that's the sound that people make when they get hit by them. Oof.
Yeah, by a flying orc.
Yep.
Just imagine, okay, so technically in one round I can move 120, accounting for downward acceleration from gravity that
Insanely
goes
fast,
straight
though.
down and hit something. Like, dude, all the forces.
You're gonna turn some things into red mist if you hit them right. You don't even have to swing your axe. You just like go like Superman.
I am so down with that.
Straight blunt force with your fist.
Super
Might break my fists, but still.
So
Worth
basically
it?
that's
Are you
like
kidding me?
6 meters per second speed. That's pretty fast.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see.
Acceleration of
Flips when
9.81
you have a
meters per
Mor-gak.
second
Yeah,
squared.
you said wait, you said 120 feet per round?
Per round.
Yeah,
Because
and
One round is
round
6
lasts like
seconds.
6 seconds.
Yeah.
6 seconds.
So, like 20 feet per second,
20
that's
feet a second.
6 meters per second.
Yeah.
That's really fast.
You punch through things for sure.
Yeah.
If the enemies all decide to like go in a straight line, you could like decapitate a whole line of baddies. Just one round.
He
I
can
look
do a
forward to
flying
it.
charge
Flying charge, yeah.
while spinning.
While spinning. I'll try spinning. That's a good
Tornado
trick.
of death.
Ooh, you can try to learn that skill. Or
We'll save
Knado.
that for
Orgnado.
next one.
Yeah.
It's like Sharknado, but smaller.
And with no sharks.
Just a spinny axe in the mouth.
Just as much anger.
Beautiful.
Alright. So we'll say you guys managed to do all those things in the last 4 days. You guys now begin to approach Kaggrim Gate. So from what you can see, it's you guys are now nearing the mountainside. It's starting to get bitterly cold. The wind kicks up to about like 20 kilometers an hour. It's like blistering cold right now as you guys kind of like wrap yourself in your blankets and your furs, and have your caravan or your carriage, and just kind of like huddle up close to each other as you start approaching the giant gate. So you see.
And I'll constantly use the prestidigitate to warm up the blanket.
Oh yes. And then there's poor Mor-gak who doesn't have that.
Mor-gak is a high constitution that he is pretty much just resistant to cold at this point.
What about Nur?
Nur is wrapped in blankets.
Yeah, Nur is very cold.
He has wool. He doesn't need blanket. Unless
fair.
you shared Ner.
Nur is like a small little sheep, so he's kind of just like freezing a bit. But
Poor sheep.
he's wrapped in a blanket right now, so should be fine.
Okay.
So as you guys approach the gate, you end up seeing a couple guards just standing in front of the gate, which is at the moment it's closed. So from what you can tell, these guys are the ones that seem to be doing the toll because they have a large chest off to the side and a couple of gems and jewels that they're just tossing into the side or into the large chest beside them, just as they take in these tolls from these caravans or these carriages that are ahead of you guys right now. So eventually they get to you guys, and they one guard comes up to you as the other couple guards stand back, and he asks what your business is here.
Well, we're traveling away from the... What is the name of the settlement? From before.
Battleford.
Yeah, we're traveling for Belford, and we're currently here to settle for a couple of days until we proceed
Oh,
into
and did we get a long rest in somewhere along the way, or?
We'll say over those 4 days, yeah, you guys got your rests in. No problem.
Okay.
Sweet.
So you're all back up to full.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Fix that up then.
So yeah, this is our temporary residence, and we are traveling adventurers.
Traveling adventurous. Okay. So he just kind of like nods and says it's like it's a rule to check your eyes, so he wants you to lean forward.
All right. will allow you to do so under our surveillance.
Mhm. So the guard leans in a bit and looks at your eyes and says, "All right, you're good." And he asks Mor-gak and Sam to do the same.
Right.
So
Okay.
he looks at you guys and he says, "Yeah, you're clean." And he looks at Lydia and Bill's eyes and he says, "Yeah, you guys are clear to enter with the exception of the toll, which is 20 gold per person."
Oh, that's not too terrible. I
Can we try to
suppose.
negotiate for 15 gold?
Who wants to be the one that negotiates that?
Persuasion?
Well, first I want you to say what you are going to do, and then roll for persuasion. We'll see how it happens.
Well, sir, we are currently, we have a really sick friend that we need to help. He's a couple of carts on the other side of the caravan. I mean, on the back of the caravan, and we would really need to, try to give us a little bit discount because we really need to pay a pretty good healer because she's in a really bad condition, because of these demons from the Elven Kingdom,
Okay.
with puppy eyes and everything to
So-
look sad. And
So your friend, are you referring to Lydia or are you referring to who exactly? Because you said her.
well, yeah, I meant on some other cart that is not ours, but back on the
someone traveling on a different cart. Okay.
yeah
Um.
with
so-
the sick people.
Okay, so he kind of like eyes you up and down. I'll get you to roll for deception, actually. I believe that would be the accurate term. To see if you convince him.
God,
Yeah, he doesn't believe a thing you're saying. He's just like, I don't understand. If she's your friend, she'd be traveling on the same cart as you. It's still 30 gold per person. Either you pay up or you're going back where you came.
30,
said-
sir?
Oh, sorry, 20.
Okay. I was like, oh.
yeah, we'll just pay up and try to look really sad.
Wait.
And it
I
was
have
a
a
20
question.
fucking 5.
I
Yeah.
have a question. Originally, we heard that it was only 15. Why the raise?
Well, unfortunately, we had an incident and we had to pay the guards more to risk their lives to keep these infected from getting inside Kaggrim. So
You guys
due
are
to the
bad at fighting
increase-
infected?
So he recounts one of the stories where they were trying to, a carriage was trying to get in, and they checked the carriage and realized that a young boy was infected, and they refused entry, and the father of the carriage tried to barrel his way through, but the guards managed to stop him, and they put him under arrest, and they had to kill the child. It's dirty business.
I mean, you
right
guys
now,
technically
but it
let
is
him
war.
in then.
Yeah.
Wasn't the goal to not let him in?
The gold was to...
No. Wasn't the goal GOAL?
Oh.
Or that's just being a
The
smartass?
goal... yeah, no, the goal is to let them in if they're not infected, yes. But the father tried to break into Kaggrim with the infected child, and they weren't having that, so it kind of blew his chance. They tossed him into one of the holds that they have, and they're going to be probably dealing with him later.
But wouldn't it be better to just not let him in? Just Mor-gak's just like holding his hand up, like just saying that.
Yeah.
Sort of like
Mor-gak,
as a matter
sweetie,
of
we
fact.
should not be
He's...
I'm
harassing
just
these
talking
fun-
to people. What's wrong with talking? Is your
Well,
ego?
The
You
guy
know
just,
what
like,
talking
shakes
brought
his
it-
head, and he's just like, it's not up to me to decide the fate of these immigrants. It's up to the person who's in charge, and I'm not him. I only receive my orders from up top, and I obey.
Right. You don't make the rules.
Exactly.
So, 20 gold total or per person?
Per person. So
Per head,
there
so that's
are 5 of you. So that's 20 times 5.
Mor-gak drops 100 gold.
Okay.
It's
Oh, wait,
20
it's
times
a-
5 is
I thought
100.
it's a 50. Oh god, I'm so bad.
No. That's why you don't have a bank anymore, Hifsam.
I know.
Hey guys, we're making
Among
a profit.
others.
And then the guy with holding the ledger's like, no, Hifsam, that's red. Red is bad. Red ink is bad on a ledger. Yeah, so 100 gold, they let you guys pass through the gate without incident. As you guys pass through the gate, you notice at the top of the gate here, there are a couple of ballistas trained on the entrance, as well as when you pass through, you see what looks to be rather large steam-powered, well, not so much siege weapons, but they look autonomous. As you pass by, you don't really see a person running the machine, but from what you can tell, they have 3-clawed feet made of iron, and all of the entire body and the legs are all clockwork, with the center holding a very large red jewel in the center. And these robots have like 3-pronged arms and giant steam stack coming out the back of them, and they're just like standing there, just kind of like idly. On either side, there's just like about 2, so 1 on each side. They don't look armed, but they look like they could crush some decent heads if they needed to. So it looks like they kind of increased security here because they're not taking any precautions. So when you guys enter Kaggrim, you notice there is the smell of sulfur starts to fill the air, and you guys notice first you notice a very gigantic statue sort of just sitting across from a lake or a river that is flowing through the center of the Dwarven city. The statue is probably about, I'd say, 200 feet tall. In addition to that, it is made of what looks to be very beautiful marble, and it depicts a elderly dwarf holding a warhammer, just standing kind of like overseeing the entire city.
Hildenhammer.
Yeah. And as you guys reach closer past the gate, you see on your right-hand side, there seems to be some makeshift a campground, what looks to be housing pretty much all of the immigrants at the moment. And beside that, you see a rather large building with Dwarven runes written into it, and from a sign, a wooden sign, depicts a anvil painted with yellow paint. And on the left-hand side, there is a set of stables and what looks to be an inn with a couple of people standing outside smoking pipes. And you see a couple guards walking around, just kind of like keeping an eye on things, make sure everything's running smoothly. So I'll just go ahead and put you to the map here. So there are several places where you can guys go investigate and figure out what they are. You just let me know what the number is, and I'll let you know what it is.
Alright, where do you think they keep the slaves?
Probably in the mines.
Probably
Yeah.
somewhere at the
Maybe
mines.
slave market. We'll go first to find the slave market.
The slave market. Okay.
Wait, we need to park the cart.
Oh, yeah. Are there any fees for the parking?
You're not sure, but there is a stable to your left. So this is the entrance here. Oh, sorry. I don't remember clicky. Okay, that's the entrance here. This is the guard station that you guys just passed by, with the autonomous robots and such. This is the stables here. and then this one is looks to be an inn. There's a couple people standing outside.
Yep. Yeah, we'll ask how much for the cart to be stable. And horses.
So the dwarf owner kind of like hobbles up to you as an elderly man, looks to be probably about 80, and he just says it'll cost you probably about 2 gold a day just to keep the horses fed and watered. And as for your cart storage, right now they're charging 5 gold a week for that. So 2 gold a day for the horses to keep them alive and fed and watered, and then 5 gold per week for your cart to be just like parked there.
So we should probably go 2 days and 1 week for the cart, and if we stay longer, we pay up more.
So you just want to pay a week's worth right now, and then
Just for the cart, and for the horses, maybe 2 days or 3. What do you say, people?
Sure, I paid to get us
Yeah.
in. You pay that one.
Yeah, we'll turn around and say, Mor-gak, you are currently the vault guy. Money
You guys
on
don't
the
have money.
or on the light. We have no sun underground.
How do you guys not have money?
do you want to
I
roll
mean-
for deception?
All right.
I am poor Mor-gak, don't you know? As your purse jingles all of a sudden.
I mean, I've got all of like 25 gold on me, so not exactly the wealthiest of fellows right now.
I don't how much I have. 90. Ha. Maybe it's a copper. No, it looks like a gold.
It's always.
All right, I'll pay.
I make sure it's gold because it just makes it easier for me, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll pay up that. And look at Mor-gak with despise and slight hatred. So that would be
So 9
4.
gold is what it's going to be for the cart for the week, and 2 days to. for
so
horses.
5 plus 4, 9.
Yes, 9.
Yes. Math.
Today's session of D&D, we learn about math.
Oh.
Learn a basic
How
algebra.
cheap Hivsam is.
Well, $20 entrance fee.
Today we're learning basic party economics.
Mhm.
Here we have the greedy bank owner.
Who lost his
Really
bank.
bloody dwarves.
And
Who
here
take
we have
all our
The
hard-earned
actual
money.
walking bank orc. The walking bank orc is both stubborn and fair. Now, the once bank owner... Ugh,
Who is
That
basically
part's not
broke as as
is
a
far
beggar,
less so.
He's broke as shit.
and the trickster who is supposed to gold by deception, but he didn't do so in a recent time. Calculate how much money they can lose in few days in Dwarf Town.
100%.
I should-
Okay.
Oh, I should have totally put a casino in here. That would have been fun.
Oh, you should.
Make the statue an entrance to a casino.
No, I think I got that covered. Don't worry. Don't you worry.
Oh.
I'll make sure there's plenty of gambling. With
Yeah.
your lives.
Best kind of gambling.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Gambling with life. Russian roulette. So yeah, we search for with Eldritch Blast and
Could
you
could
know empty
imagine
spell
it's just
slots.
like, okay, one of these wands has lightning bolt in it. You have to pick up a wand and fire it off
Oh
your
yeah.
face. And hope to God it isn't the one that has lightning bolt on it.
Perfect.
This one of
You should
these is a
incorporate
rod of
it.
disintegration. Oh no.
Yeah.
Wisely.
Ooh, that would have been messy.
Okay.
Yeah. So we search for
All
A
right.
slave.
casino. I mean slave pens.
All right, so you search for the slave pens. What do you guys want to do? Because you're not entirely sure where it would be. So.
Well, ask the old guy at the stable.
stable?
Excuse me, sir. Anywhere around here are the slave traders?
So he says that if you're looking for the slave traders, it's probably best to go to the foreman's house Right now it's midday, so he should still be awake, and he points in a northeastern direction, vaguely
What?
over in this area here. It's just like it's by the bridge, he says.
Ah.
Alrighty, thank you, sir, and we go forward.
Okay. So where do you which house would you like to check?
Number 9.
Number 9.
Yeah, I was thinking 8.
Nah, Mor-gak gets the choice. It's 8.
Okay.
Yeah, it's his son.
All right. So you walk up to what you presume is the entrance of the house here, and there is a sign written in Dwarvish just above the doorway.
I can
hey,
read every
I can
language
read that. Yeah.
So
What does
because
it
I
say?
have.
you have your Eye of the Rune Keeper. You can read all writing. So in Dwarvish
just-
it says Foreman's house, basically.
That's rather convenient.
Yeah.
Excellently
We
done,
knock up.
Mor-gak.
All right.
So you just gotta act like you know what you're doing.
You knock
Yeah.
on the door,
You know,
and
that's like rule 3 of intimidation. You remember that, right?
You knock on the door and you hear some shuffling. It's like, out in a second. And you hear some clomping closer and closer to the door, and the door swings open, and before you stands a dwarf gentleman, probably about, I'd say, 45 years old. He's got a jet black hair and a long beard that's braided in one single braid down his chin, up to almost his waist. So it's pretty long, actually. And he kind of like eyes you with his stony gray blue eyes. He's like, "Yeah, what do you want?"
Your soul.
Top of the morning, sir. So we were pointed to you to search for the slave pens of a sort. Do you know of such location, or you can point us to it?
So he asks, "Is like, you look like a fancy fella. You buying?"
Maybe I am. Depends on your wares.
All right. Well, I can take you over to the slave quarters, and you can take a look at some of our stock.
Okay. Sorry, we're kind of cutting off.
Oh, so he says he can take you to the slave quarters, and he can show you some of his stock.
Why not? Let's go inside. These are my companions. They are eager to browse through the goods.
Okay. So he just kind of like closes the door and locks it. He leads you guys across the bridge, past the giant stone statue on the left, and straight over to this building over here. In front of the building is 2 dwarven guards in full plate armor holding 2 halberds. And the guy takes out what looks to be some sort of identification card or something around his neck, and he shows it to them. It looks like it's just made out of sheet metal with a dwarven rune written on it. And he shows it to these guards, and they just go off on either side and open up the doors for him. Inside, you see there's a small cooking quarters with stale bread and like moldy cheese sitting on the table, with a dwarf kind of like slicing up the bread and throwing slop into bowls and kind of prepping it for the day's meal. And past that, there is on the say left-hand side several bunk beds. And he says right now most of the slaves are down in the mine doing their job, but they're just preparing a meal right now. He's going to show you a ledger and some sketches of some of the more recent stock they've received. The hardier of the stock they currently have, because right now, once they work them to the bone, they're pretty much useless. So he flips through the ledger, and he says that he just received a sale of a minotaur to him in addition to a few weeks ago, we'll say 3-4 weeks ago, he's received several other slaves. A couple of them being orcs, drow, as well as a handful of fugitives, an elf, also
The mesmer.
even a couple of thieves that were sold to him. Some what you would call street urchins from Battleford were sold to him as well.
Huh. Alrighty, so you have a name list or something so we can identify them, and maybe we can even go now. We have time to see them in the mines, how they work, and maybe we can buy them.
Is that what you say to him?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, browsing through the names and maybe even going to the field to see how they
They prepare. Okay. So it says right now it's going to be midday lunch, so they're going to be waiting until after that to go down to the mine again. Right now it's closed off to the public, but later with a armed escort, he'd be willing to arrange something. However, he would like a down payment to know you're actually serious about it, because he's not going to just show you the mine willy-nilly. It's a restricted area. So he's going to want to know you're serious about purchasing one of these slaves. So he's asking for a $100 gold deposit that can be used towards the purchase of a slave or two, if you so choose.
Okay, I will send that mentally to Mor-gak question. If you think we want to pay, you will give him the gold, or not, you will put your hand on my shoulder and we will discuss about it. Or actually would deny and come back to talk about it.
We should see the stock first.
Okay.
Mor-gak just blatantly says that.
All right.
And I would say, to support him, well, we have here my acquaintance who is pretty well versed in searching for the slaves good enough for the job, and he should be considered a really important person, and you should listen.
Okay. So he looks you up and down, Mor-gak, is like, I'm surprised you're not down in the mines right now. What kept you out of there?
And I will start laughing. He looks like.
No.
He looks to you, Hifsam, is like, I don't see too many orcs walk by here without any irons on them.
You kind of cut out there.
He says, I don't see too many orcs walk through this area without any irons on them. He's wondering, is he a slave for you as well? And if so, why is he not bound and chained? He could turn on you at any moment.
Nah, don't worry, sir. He's a pretty brutal machine of destruction and death, but sure, he's a pretty tame in the civil cases. And if you ask if he's my slave, he would kill me straight away. No, he's a, interesting person. And right now we're interested in your wares, so I would need to consult with my colleagues about the payment and such. If you would give us a space for that.
He says, fine. You discuss with your colleagues he's going to go back to work, and he'll just knock on his door before nightfall if you're still interested in making that deposit and seeing his wares.
Alright. So, after we exit or whatever, I will ask the other dum-dums if we pay that guy. Or we go straight into mines of Moria.
We could try doing this legitimately and leave without, a bounty on our heads.
I agree.
That would be ideal.
But that would cost us pretty much money. They are literally straying us from our money.
We don't know how much they cost overall. 100 for a down payment could be, I don't know.
Yeah, and that's probably a minor fee compared to the real price of the slave.
I'll pay.
With our money, no. We need to find a reasonable compromise. So, we either find a way to go cheaper, or you pay and you basically owe us that money. Damn, I'm a good banker.
You haven't screwed up yet.
Exactly.
We'll see how good you are at negotiations.
Well, you'll have to persuade Mor-gak of that logic.
By the way, Smex, you have 3 times number 9.
I know, I did that on purpose.
Oh, okay.
They're all
Yeah.
basically, I'll just let you know, the 9s, they're Dwarven residents. Dwarves are...
They're what?
Dwarves live there.
Oh, okay.
House is okay.
Yeah, the houses are Dwarven residences.
You know how whenever we get in a fight, I always stand in front of you? How about next time I'll stand behind you?
So that goes.
We'll see how that rolls.
Of course. And I run behind you. And
Yes, but
basically
if I hold you in front of me, you can't run.
well, if you can catch me and
So-
find me,
I'll pay with the money that we have earned so far that I continue to carry. And we continue business as is.
well,
Or
In
if
that-
you have me pay you back for this, you're the one who can go up and take the hits.
I'm not paying you to take a hit. You're here with us equally, just like our ideology. We're all the same sort of cattle. But I will
We're all
agree.
Equal. Some of us more equal than others.
I agree completely. I'm more equal than the others. No. Okay, so basically you have a budget of 500 gold. If it costs more than that, well, we'll see what we can do.
You agree, Hifsen? 1,000?
No, so negotiate. Take. So it is a agree. I'm not going
carrying
with
the
you.
gold.
Well, you then carry. Go pay it. You will just expect one night that I backstab you,
You
can
do
try.
realize he's immune to magic, right?
but not to knives. Yet.
I'm
You
nearly
can't
immune
pierce
to
through his
knives.
armor.
One
I'll
day
find
I'll
a
be
way.
immune to knives. Not today, but one day.
One day you will have immunity to everything.
Alright, I'll let you pay. Now.
Okay.
Alright.
You have a free budget.
So, you guys go back to the foreman's office then?
Don't we have some kind of contract or name of the person that has Mor-gak's son?
Oh, yeah, we do.
I was gonna say.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about it completely.
Did you write it down?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah. Wait. We have it written down somewhere, but you didn't tell us what the actual name was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that you have the name of the person who sold his son into slavery. Yes.
Oh, yeah, we have his signed agreement. Yeah, we have a recommendation letter. Perfect.
Yeah,
We'll
got
prove
from
it
the
to
slave
him.
master in Battleford.
Yeah, and with the payment, we'll prove him with the papers.
Okay. So, you go up to the foreman's office, knock on the door again, I assume?
Yeah, and I will let Mor-gak talk.
Okay. Alright, so he opens up the door, he's like, you're back.
We're interested in your wares.
Alright, just need the 100 gold deposit up front, and after they're done their meals, we can go down to the mine, and I can show you what I got.
And if none of them catch our eye, we get the 100 back.
It's just a deposit. It's to
I thought-
ensure that nothing funny goes on.
Alright. Mor-gak puts the 100 gold in his, hands, I guess.
And Hrivsam slightly has a,
Wince.
Winces.
starts blinking really fast.
and he takes one of the gold pieces out and bites it, and he's like, "All right, good enough for me." And he hands it to one of his compatriots that's standing off to the side, and he's like, "Put this in the safe." And his compatriot just like goes into the back door and closes it. He's like, "All right, come back here in about let's say 4 hours. Meet me at the slave quarters, and we will take you down to the line.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So what do you guys
So
want to do?
we've got 4 hours to do whatever.
I'll go
Water.
inspect what I can see around the statue.
I'll be right back.
Okay. If Sam, please don't just shout obscenities at another dwarvish statue. We all know what happened last time.
Yeah, I know. I'm searching for that orange braided, that bloody bastard. Your beautiful hair.
Still casting
Yeah, I'll go.
prestidigitation, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna be doing that for about a month, probably.
Even better, I'll practice to perfection the prestidigitation.
Soon enough, it'll be strong enough that it can damage things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you go to
1d1.
the statue, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go up to the statue, and like I said, made out of nice, smooth marble. In front of the statue, off to the side, it looks to have a pool of. It's like a fountain, kind of like spraying up from the ground, and it looks like to be flowing from the river. So it's sort of like a natural fountain that's working its way up through some pipes and such, powered by a little steam-powered engine. And you look at the statue, and at the base of the statue, it has a simple plaque that says, King Aranak Silverbeard, Savior of the Dwarves.
Interesting. And I would just knock at the marble to see if it's genuine.
Uh,
You know, pretending to be knowledgeable about it.
Oh, okay. So you just kind of like, yes, it's definitely marble. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well crafted, well carved. Expert carvesman did this. Yeah.
Yeah, just like that. And yeah, I'll just
Totally
smooth around,
shitting. Yeah.
looking around what I can find in the city, you know. Just looking what kind of stores there are. Listening to the people around.
Roll for perception and see what you might notice. Welcome back. Alright. So you see like a couple people wandering about, mostly dwarves, of course. The two buildings, sort of like right here around the corner from what you could see, it's just like a basic stone buildings made of cobblestone and brick. You see one person lighting a fire on their hearth, getting ready for dinner, and the other one, all the lights are out, doesn't look like anyone's home. To the left side, you see several guards going in and out of this building, so it looks to be another guards' quarters. And right behind you, that's the foreman's, and then another residence there. The large building to the right behind you looks to have, like I said, it's got like a golden anvil picture, and you see several people standing outside smoking pipes and cigars, and there seem to be several people going in and out of this large building.
Yeah, I'll go in there. It looks interesting.
I don't know. He's gonna get cripplingly drunk, and then he's gonna shout obscenities at a statue again. Ah!
I'm wondering if he's gonna find that one dwarf.
Yeah. Definitely wondering that. Yes.
I mean, like, what are the odds?
There's no
Yeah, I'm
such thing
certain
as a skinny
Smexy is
dwarf
rolling.
right now.
Yeah, I'm certain Smex is rolling dice every time I enter a place filled with dwarves. So if he rolls like 100, I find that guy.
Yeah, let's do a percentage die and see what happens. Yeah.
That sounds good, actually.
So actually, let's see. Do I?
Secret percentage die?
Well, it won't be a secret percentage die because you guys will be able to see it. So, actually, no, I only see that. Okay. So we'll say you enter into this building. And because you can read Dwarvish Hifsam, you read it as the Golden Anvil Tavern. When you enter into the building, your eyes are filled with the sight of dozens of dwarves lining round tables and just being boisterous and drinking heavy amounts of alcohol and just having a cheerful time. You don't see too many humans about. It looks like most of those people are sticking to the refugee camp that is outside this tavern. But you see several people in the rear of the building at a couple large round tables playing cards. You see another individual, looks to actually be a elvish gentleman sitting down next to his female elvish compatriot, just playing a game, what looks similar, we'll say, to checkers in our world. Looks like they're taking their sweet time, kind of like sipping on some wine and playing that game together. At the bar, you see a stout dwarvish woman polishing a couple of beer steins and talking to some of the other dwarves that are sitting at the table or the bar in front of her, just making small talk.
Yeah, and Chris is probably thinking like, damn, I should probably not drink, but it probably is a good dwarvish ale. Maybe I will try just one pint. Yeah, and he'll go for the...
He'll go for, you want to go to the bar, or?
Yeah, and ask for a nice pint of ale.
Nice pint of ale? Okay. Is there a specific drink you're looking for, or just like regular old beer?
A regular old beer that they serve to the domestic people.
Oh, okay. So let's see what we have here for those lovely drinks. Okay. So you have something they call the Starlight Stout, or the Berserker, or the Iron City. That's what they have on tap right now.
Hey,
Hello. Welcome back. Oh god, we left her in the crate!
Yes, you're currently in the carriage in a box with a larger, heavier box on top of you.
I was actually imagining her just jumping out of one of the dwarvish barrels of ale.
Yes! I pop out of a barrel!
No.
Oh.
We have to have some continuity. But we'll say
okay.
like, your monk friend, Bill, decided to stick close to the cart, and he's just kind of like doing his own thing right now. You and him and Lydia were hanging out together, just kind of like shooting the breeze. Just kind of hanging out. Just not really.
I magic missile the box off the roof.
Wait, what? Ugh.
oh god.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We'll say that Bill was with you, and you guys were just doing your own thing while the other guys were searching the city.
To the bar!
Wait, wasn't Bill in a crate as well?
We'll say Bill was sitting on the crate, and then all of a sudden he hears like a thump, and he's like, "Oh, she's awake." So he like opens up the crate. He's like, hey, "You ready? You ready to go?" Yeah.
I vanished to the box.
There you are.
Lydia, we'll say while you were like perusing about the city as well, and you ran into a couple of interesting locations. One of the locations that you ran into was a shrine dedicated to the god Felvin. You're not entirely sure who he is. You haven't really heard of him. But yeah, you did that, and then you checked out the refugee camp just to see how everyone was there and how the survivors were doing. Looks like a lot of the guards and the civilians are being well taken care of, and there are a couple of dwarven clerics there trying to heal up the wounded as best they can. But yeah, that's what you guys were up to while the other part of the group was off doing their thing.
Okay.
So right now, the group is in the tavern, the Golden Anvil Tavern, and hits.
Actually, I am only, and
Yeah,
I'll
it's-
go for
it's
the
just French now.
Starlight one.
She comes in.
The
wait.
first one you mentioned.
Oh, the first one, the Starlight Stout.
Yeah, Starlight Stout.
Okay. So
Oh,
we'll
Thoughts?
say the Starlight Stout is one of the more expensive beers.
20
Let's
gold.
see here. It
10 gold.
says, using Twilight
30.
Oak Flakes and avian coffee, this silky beer goes down like a cup of coffee with cream. The Twilight Oak Flakes mix well with the coffee flavor and give off their literal appearance of a night sky within your glass. You can expect to be able to walk home from the tavern that night with a complete dark visibility due to the stout's magical properties. Guaranteed to see in the dark with every sip.
I probably ignore all that and go straight for the price.
So we're gonna say that it costs you just 1 gold for this.
Only 1 gold. Paid out.
All right. Its strength is average strength. It's not too strong for you, so it goes down.
Let's
real
see his
smooth.
constitution.
Let's see what your Constitution save would be on this.
Yes.
Aha!
No, it does nothing to you. It's like a cup of coffee.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And I'll just down it out and listen around what people say and, nothing special.
Just talk with them. Okay.
You're supposed to sip that. It's an extravagant beer. How dare you?
Haven't
taste
you
the
heard
Tastes nice.
called savoring?
save them.
Ugh.
So are
You
all of you
heathen.
guys in the tavern, or are you?
I come in.
Oh, okay.
Oh god, we left you in the crate, didn't we?
Bill begrudgingly tags along. He's not really comfortable in large spaces with so many people, so he just kind of like puts his hood over his head and.
Hey,
stays
Billy!
kinda Quiet.
Come here, test my coffee beer.
You see his hand kind of like go up to his head, and he's just kind of like cupping it around his head, just like, oh god, no, get away. I don't like these uncomfortable areas. And
Drinks
just kinda,
on Hickam.
he mutters something about just gonna like relax outside for a bit. He needs some air, and he just immediately beelines it to the door.
Yeah, I'll offer it to Liz.
Oh, yeah, I'll take it.
Once a
Okay,
Con's one of my main skills.
let's see what you're gonna say.
Natural one.
That'd be fun.
it happens
I'm just waiting
once.
for a crit fail. I really am. I'm just like, please.
Yeah, it's real.
Oh, no,
Aww.
like coffee. It does nothing. You don't even get a buzz from it.
That's disappointing.
Don't
it's
like
not-
all of us have dark sight anyway.
Yeah, we do.
Literally pointless for us to drink.
So, Aust and Mor-gak, what do you guys want to do? Are you going to be drinking too, or?
Come, let us get to know one another. I promise not to say knife to meet you. Fuck.
You're just saying that because you want the sun sword back.
No! Can I have it now?
No.
Please?
You haven't
Say
learned your
no to
lesson
that.
about stabbing people.
Mor-gak, you should not ask. We're having a
What?
slight dispute over the. You'll see in the meantime.
Wait, what are we fighting over?
He's saying that money is a very important thing. I'm saying that money is important, but family is more important.
Mor-gak would probably, well, Sam would probably sell his family. Mor-gak
If he had any.
decidedly would not.
So, here's what I have to say on this matter.
Hmm?
What sounds good is payment is always a plus, family is always a plus. Then there's the option of running away from your family and all your problems. That's
I'm
what I
not
do.
leaving
Okay,
him in the
but
mines
see-
to die.
And if he's emo.
No.
No, not even.
I'll
No,
fix
I
Kind
it.
of sneakily sips some beer. Ah,
Yeah, you're good.
darn it.
You guys aren't getting drunk at all today.
Mor-gak, saving
Mor-gak-
grace, become drunk as you can possibly be.
Oh yeah, that'll go
he has a high
real
ground.
fucking well.
Come on.
Oh god, not him.
How do we all have just...
Ridiculous.
Actually,
Horn.
for a change,
Oh,
I'm
I don't
happy
think it's
that-
gonna work, guys.
No, it's not happening. Alright.
Plus
Like,
the Constitution saves just on one drink. I'm stacking low right now because you guys are already fine.
yeah.
You
no,
would have
it's
really
not
had to
happening.
mess up in order to get drunk after just one.
Maybe you can ask dwarves if they have any stronger ale.
So is that what you ask?
I don't.
You don't.
How-
Do you want really strong ale? Does anybody?
Don't give it to me. Give it to Hifsham.
No thanks.
Later.
I'll pass.
Okay.
No. We need to test his strengths.
We tested it one session ago and it didn't end so.
Come on. There's no harm in trying.
That's a beautiful hair.
I wouldn't say there's no harm in trying.
Yeah.
Sam cries.
Poor Hifsham and his precious.
Hey, Harrison, have you looked around to see if you've seen him?
Yeah, I did.
Consider-
He's a pretty crafty in hiding.
Wait, who are we
You guys
seeing?
don't even know what he looks like.
No, I've heard rumors.
Who are we looking for again?
The guy who shaved his head.
There's a lot of guys who've shaved their head.
No, that shaved Harrison's head.
Somebody shaved Hifsham's head?
Yeah.
While he was drunk.
Oh, you poor baby.
I know. I'm using prestidigitation constantly to hide it.
So you're meaning to tell me is that you are a bald elf?
Not really bald, but
No, it was like cut in places. It's very poor patchwork.
Indeed.
out of character that did Aust.
Yeah, it was entirely me.
But nobody knows yet.
Nope.
Except Mor-gak. Mor-gak's
Yep.
not spilling shit.
Nah.
You probably
We're
did-
both entirely too amused by it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You probably deserved it at some point, buddy.
Tried to start a fight
Hey.
with a statue.
Yeah, no, I did it when he got cripplingly drunk and tried to destroy a dwarvish statue.
Actually, he was just cursing it.
That too.
Well, you were about to destroy it.
Maybe.
Well, you poor soul.
I want some. Ooh, I know what I want to ask. Spexy, I want to go and search for the wizard or alchemist who can make a potion for hair growth.
Wait. I know what to do. Let's cast Mending on his scalp.
Ooh, perfect.
Mending fixes tears. It won't fix hair growing back.
We have to
Mending
try.
is for tears, not hairs.
I will roll Arcana to try this.
All right.
All the rest of his hair falls off.
Oh no! Please go ahead and do it. Okay.
Ooh.
So what you managed to do is you cast Mending on his head, and
Oh,
you
no.
managed to meld several hairs together in one big hair.
Oh no.
So,
What does that exactly mean?
So basically,
It's a giant block of hair.
It looks like it's tangled, but it's not. It's grown together. It's fused together. So now, like, we'll see about like 10 strands of hair have now fused into like one larger strand of hair. It's
Inaudible
like a
screaming.
Minecraft block here. So now you're one part like we'll say the back. It looks like one hair just like grew 5 times larger than all the other hairs on your body.
Audio screams.
I
And-
tried.
Never mind. Oh, never
I'm
mind.
sorry, but with roll for initiative, you went too far.
And Criticism, while crying, tries to make a, finger gun with Eldritch Blast and into his mouth.
Mor-gak swats his head. No.
Not
I
yet.
have no reason to live. I have no money. I have no hair. Even my god left me.
Sweetheart.
The dwarvish bartender comes up to you, Hifsam, looking like she sees you're a little down in the dumps. She's like, "Here, laddie, on the house. It looks like you're having a bad day. What the hell happened to
Thank
your
you,
hair?"
kind sir. He starts crying even louder.
It's like,
You
First
see,
thing-
you see,
this one will keep your hair on your chest at least. And she winks at you and walks away.
you'll see Ella like laughing off in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh, is this another con save moment? I hope it is.
If he wants
Yeah.
to drink it, then it will be.
Down it.
Drink
You
it.
down
He
it?
drinks
Okay.
all of it.
So, do another con save, please.
I'm gonna.
And off to the depths of hell we go.
Come on, come on, come on.
Just-
Oh,
Right.
So,
dang! Twice!
this is sake that she just handed you. It was like a rice wine, a shot of rice wine. It tastes velvety, smooth vanilla taste. Nice, comforting, warm feel that goes down into your stomach. It tastes like a pleasant wine. It goes down as smooth as water, and it doesn't hit you at all.
Such a beautiful thing. At least one good thing happens this day.
Yeah.
I thought you wanted to get drunk. Forget about your troubles.
Come and forget about.
I don't have that gold much.
Don't let them get you.
But yeah, afterwards, when he gets his wits together, he'll go and search for alchemist
An alchemist?
or wizard
Or
or somebody who can, properly regenerate hair.
okay.
You can always just wait for it to grow naturally.
Hey, Mor-gak, you're already losing some, so you don't really have much room.
Ooh. Rude.
Call me old elf.
Hi, sweetheart. I'm 200.
I'm 105, maybe more.
She's not
You
actually.
both act like children.
Well, technically speaking, I would be 20.
All right, Grandpa Orc.
Hey, Grandpork, I like it.
How old is Aust again? Hold on.
Actually, she's technically 135, but it sounded funnier with
Wow,
200.
damn, you're young for an elf.
Yeah, look who's talking, Grandma.
Hey. I would be 20 in your guys' years, okay, sweetheart?
What do you mean, your guys?
When I was your age, I was eating dirt and kids little.
When I was your age, I was decapitating wool, and I had to walk 5 miles through snow.
To get some
And I
meat.
was
To do that.
great cool.
Bitch, half of your buildings weren't built by the time when I was your age.
Yeah, 'cause I had to build them.
Aust is sitting here at a nice, 25, thinking, wow, I'm a little bit out of my depth.
Yeah.
He's a wee little lad.
Little bit. Little bit.
So is there anything else you guys want to do in the tavern, or do you want to help Hifsam get his hair back?
I'm just gonna throw a minor illusion on his terrible block of a hair.
Thank you, Aust. I really wish to thank you for pointing me out to that braided guy. If I ever find him, I'll ruin his life, just like he did mine.
Yeah, I get it, buddy. I get it. Don't worry.
Thank
Everything's
you, mate.
going to be fine.
I'm very grateful to you.
Hey, what languages do y'all speak?
Mhm.
Common
Yeah,
focus.
it's no problem. No problem whatsoever.
Yeah, Hifsam, you believe he is sincere in his duty to assist him.
Wait, I didn't roll insight.
Yeah, you can do insight.
33
Man,
nat
I-
20s in a row.
We will totally try and find you.
Ha!
Yes, you can believe him completely.
We will try and find your hair ruiner, buddy.
Yes, he is an ally to the very end, my friend.
Thank you all. You're really good people. I knew I,
don't
can
know
trust
what-
you.
That's my persuasion. I don't care.
Oh, no, he does care. Oh,
Shit.
Thank you, Morgan.
Yeah, he pretty much thinks that. He pretty much thinks that.
Are you sure he's not drunk?
He just yeah. He didn't care at all.
You know, can we just take that 12? Please? That would be hilarious.
What 12?
12 for his Shams con save.
Nah. It's
Aw.
always the first one.
Okay. It's worth a shot.
Yeah. Okay. So apparently this alcohol seems to be hitting him a little bit more than he thought, and he goes out and says, "I'm gonna find a hairdresser, magic hairdresser. He will fix
Yes,
my
I am.
hair."
A magic hairdresser. That's a new class.
All right. So
Ma-
you're back out into the wonderful city of.
About how much
Kaggrim.
time has passed?
So you guys went to we'll say about an hour has passed so far. An hour and a half. Yeah. An hour and a half has passed.
So,
Okay.
I have a question for y'all.
Oh,
Oh no, no southern accent, dear. Stop. Yeah, niet. Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Damn it. Give me a moment. So, mind if I ask, where you're from? Because I have a feeling that my organization might want me to be working with you. For a wee bit.
I have no idea.
Mountains.
Forests.
Well, gee, aren't you all the fan players?
Oh yes,
Up north,
quite.
what do you expect?
I mean, I'm from a clan of elves, so what did you expect? Again,
I thought you
I
were
have no idea from where I came from.
for like 5 years now, so
A
not really.
house or so. Yeah. You were from a house, Sam, before it burned down.
Yeah, but he does not remember. You know, amnesia, issues with Hastur not returning him his memory. My Roll20 died.
So,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
up?
Mine's messing up too.
So, what's up with your, you said your god abandoned you?
Well, it's a pretty long story anyway. They kicked me like a average telemarketer on calling us. Basically, I called them via HasturNet, and they denied me from providing me the information I needed, which was probably part of the deal, of which I don't remember anyway. And I got kicked, and currently I'm with the Masquerade. A pretty nice boss for a change.
Ah, the Masquerade.
Yeah.
She's a fantastic deity.
I agree.
Yeah.
She
Met her
has
after
some.
I drank some tea once. That was weird.
Oh, did you see those net flecting?
Yeah. It was so weird.
Yeah, I mean, she was pressed or
Weird.
flashing.
Yeah. It's like illusions, but
Yeah, but just more coherent.
Yeah, I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
No, you don't.
no, I can't comprehend it even. What is a Netflix?
No, like, you guys are talking about, like, what's her name?
Oh yeah, Masquerade. No.
It's one of the deities, dearie. She's the goddess of emotions.
Ah, I see. I don't really have many of those.
Oh, more.
Except anger.
Aww. Group hug on Mor-gak.
No.
No.
You see that pond? I will throw you in that pond.
He's got
Mitch.
enough hugs from Hiv Sam. He does not need more right now.
Come, comrade, and let us bond over this kinship of no emotions.
You have emotions. See, it's hard to convey emotions in this common language. It's a lot easier in Orcish.
God, that was loud for some reason.
Much more expressive of a language.
I still can't load this game.
Just
I
gonna
kinda-
stop that for now.
I kind of smirk, and she's just like, I guess it depends on where you come from. And she'd be saying that in Celestial.
What do I roll to understand that insight?
Yeah, insight.
Oh,
Yeah,
Just a word or
well,
two.
what?
Yeah, I don't think you'd understand. Right now I'm having technical difficulties with Roll20, so...
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
me too.
understood nothing.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's weird.
I
Didn't you say
spoke
some?
in the terms for angels, stuff along those lines.
Oh, no wonder I wouldn't understand that.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and maybe switch...
I can't really load.
Are you switching up to a different browser?
Yes, I am. Because right now I'm having
Firefox?
difficult. Actually, no, I'm switching to Chrome because Firefox was screwing up.
Oh.
Is it?
Ironic.
Yeah, I'm using Firefox too. Yeah, I'll switch.
Add Chrome. I
Firefox
forgot
Mastery.
Poison Spray did that!
Oh, here we go. Now we're back up and running. Okay. So you were heading towards a magic shop, I believe you said.
We need to get
Yeah,
your
and
hair back.
on my way there, I probably saw the Felwyn Shrine, right?
You're not sure where the shrine is for Felvin. Which direction do you want to go? Because I'm now back up and running, so I'll see where you go.
I can't see anything, I'll just need to...
Okay.
Wait, I remember, I can go forward, left, or right?
Yeah.
I'll go left.
He moves forward.
Okay.
Forward
so
was the river.
Right beside the tavern on the left was the refugee camp, and then above the refugee camp was a building. And then right in front of the tavern was
Oh yeah, it loaded.
Dwarven residence.
Okay, so I'll go between 6 and 9.
Between 6 and 9. So you go up past 6 and 9, and then on the right-hand side there is the foreman's office.
And on the left,
And
there
then
are
on the
stores.
left there is 2 buildings, 3 and 4.
I'll go for number 3.
Number 3. You head towards number 3, and it looks like this is where some dwarven workers reside. You go inside the building, and it looks like there's just like a mess hall of dwarven workers eating their midday meal and getting ready for another hard day's work of digging and scrapping and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I'll ask them in the passing, do they know where I can find a store with the Arcanist potions?
So they tell you that the apothecary that is in the city is actually all the way on the other side of the river.
Dear low.
Yeah. So north.
The elf grows a beard.
Yeah, so it's across the bridge in the top right side of the city. So we'll say you have to go.
Yeah, all the way.
East. Yeah, you go northeast.
Yeah, I'll go there.
Okay.
Check number 4 real quick, see what that is.
So you want to go inside 4?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll deal with yours first, Aust. So you head into 4. 4 is actually a rather small building. And when you enter the building, the smell of sulfur fills your nostrils, and a wave of heat just hits you right in the face. It's like, as soon as you open up this door, it like the heat just like increases the entire room by like at least 15 degrees. You see pools of lava and magma kind of like flow outward from an entranceway, a stone entranceway to the front of what looks to be a shrine of some sort. And near the shrine you see a tall figure covered in a reddish black cloak, just kind of looks to be tending to the shrine, like sweeping the steps of dust and all that stuff. And from what you can tell, you can only see about the bottom half of the face, but the bottom half of the face is like red.
Huh.
Yeah. So he's sweeping the steps right now, and he kind of notices that you've entered the building, and he just kind of like stands there and he says, "Yes, what can I help you with?"
Sorry, I I just got in this town and decided to look around for a while.
May I use the restroom?
Yeah.
He needs to fix his hair!
Do you, what god is this shrine to?
This is the shrine to Felvin, the god of forage and war and all that wonderful stuff, yes. Have you come here to pay tribute?
It feels oddly familiar,
Yes, well,
I suppose.
let me take a closer look at you. And he kind of like hobbles down the stairs and pulls back his hood, and you see he's an elderly tiefling. His horns are sort of like chipped a little bit at the ends. He's got long flowing gray hair that just kind of like falls off to his shoulders, and he just kind of like looks you up and down, and you can tell immediately that looking into his eyes, they are a pale white, both of them.
Oh,
And he's just kind of like putting his head off to the side of your head and just kind of like gives a quick sniff and is like, "You're half elf, aren't you, young man?"
I am.
Yes.
Lieutenant Dane, you know us!
I can,
Your lesser being!
I can smell a little bit of a scent on you. It's pompous. No offense to you. It's probably your elvish side kind of coming out.
No, it's quite understandable, really. I'm not offended in the slightest.
And he kind of gives another sniff. He's like, "Your father was human, was he not?
Yes, it was.
And your mother
Is-
was the elf. She
Yes.
was a very loving woman, was she not?"
Yeah, she really was.
Yes, I'm sorry for your loss, but it does happen, unfortunately. Not everyone lives forever, as we all know.
Yeah.
Well,
I found journal entries for this character. Ah!
so he kind of guides you over to the shrine. He's like, "I can sense something wells up inside you on occasion. Is that correct?
Yes.
You feel anger and pent-up rage. It's not good to keep that inside, young man."
It's not so easy to get rid of.
Oh, I understand, but it is possible that Felvin might be able to help you redirect that energy elsewhere more productive.
How?
So he kind of leads you over to the shrine, and in the center of the shrine here, we'll say he pushes a button on the side, and a little compartment kind of opens up. And he reaches in and grabs what looks to be an onyx carved amulet. And inside the amulet, it looks like there is a sort of like a glowing red spiral in the center of it, and it's got a silver chain attached to the center of it, and it leads up. Is like, this helps you redirect that energy into a more useful way. Felvin has obviously assisted me in attuning my rage into something a little bit more useful. It allows me to understand people a little bit easier with my senses that I still have, I suppose you could say. It increases my senses twofold, I suppose. I know where people are, I can see them, but I can't really see them, if you understand. I see inside them, but I don't see the physical form. It's a little hard to explain, but for you, my good sir, this will help you conjure that rage into something more appropriate. whenever you feel angry, you can just clutch onto this amulet, and you could be able to store that for another use, or use that stored energy for pretty much anything you want. But it comes at a bit of a cost, unfortunately. For you, I'm not exactly sure what the cost would be. You'd actually have to commune with Felvin, and then he might be able to give you an idea. But let me show you what I mean, exactly. And then he takes out a chain that was wrapped around his neck, and he's got the same type of amulet that you are now holding. And he clutches it with one of his gnarled, withered hands, and he reaches into the lava itself, and he keeps it there. And then he lifts it out, and you see the lava just harmlessly fall off his hand back into the pit. He's
Whoa.
like, I may be a tiefling and I have fire resistance, but somehow I managed to gain immunity from this. Another neat trick, I can create items out of molten rock, which is quite interesting. I spend most of my time alone here, so I have plenty of time to myself to create various sculptures, we'll say. And he points up just above your head, and you can see lined around the top of the shrine a couple of like simple sculptures of creatures, such as like one looks like a goblin, the other one looks like a panther or a large cat with tendrils, two tendrils coming out the back of it. And you also see what looks to be a very crude sculpture of a humanoid type being. It's got very tall, thin arms and legs, and it has no face. It looks rather very angular and alien. So he just points up to those as like it's kind of like his pastime. He carves these sculptures out of molten rock just to kind of like occupy his time.
What price did it exact from you?
My eyes, unfortunately. But like I said, it gave me a different way of seeing the world, which I definitely do not, I'm not upset about.
I put the amulet on.
Okay. So as you put the amulet on, you can kind of feel a warm sort of glow just kind of like come over you, and it's a sense of calm. Any anger or any like, you know, that lump in your throat that you feel sometimes, it just immediately dissipates, and it kind of like feels like that glow now just gets dissipates slower and slower and goes into the amulet that you're wearing right now. And in this hot, like smoldering room, you actually feel a bit cold, like you shiver a little when that happens. It's an uncomfortable feeling, but you'll get used to it.
I'd agree to say that it's disconcerting.
Don't worry. Felvin may be a bit of a mischievous and self-absorbed god, but he's not without his charm. Worship this man, and he will give you what you want eventually.
Thank you.
And he nods and goes back to his sweeping.
I go ahead and exit and rejoin the others.
Okay. So, as you rejoin Mor-gak and Lydia, do you say anything to them?
Oh, if it makes it anything better, I changed her name to Erwin.
Erwin. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Erwin.
That was something interesting.
Yo, dude, what happened, bruh? No, JJ.
That's a very slangy
That's
dialect.
quite a change in tone. Trying to sound younger, Grandma. Yeah, let me go
I
find you a
don't need to sound younger. I am younger. Fuck off.
Wow.
Yeah, somebody sounds grumpy because they missed their lunch.
something that I didn't anticipate happened. It was peculiar.
Well,
Learn
you're-
anything?
Some connection to the god of the shrine there. That it's there.
there's a lot of things there. What's there?
It's not so simple to explain.
Of course, it's gods. They're strange. That's why I don't worship any. It's easier that way.
Yeah.
I wish it was that simple on my end.
What, you're forced to worship?
A little more complicated, yes.
Everything's complicated.
Oh, indeed.
Well, so you know how I got these abilities?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not. I didn't study or make any pacts, so it came through my blood.
Oh. Well, that's
Still-
quaint.
I mean, it's not like I'm slitting my wrists or anything
Oh.
along those lines to create things.
I don't really know of many mages that go through that tactic, but alright.
A couple shamans tried doing that. Usually doesn't end up well.
No.
Except one guy. He was weird, though. That's a story for another day.
Okay.
Hopefully nobody is going to be making any blood packs anytime soon.
Yeah.
Alright.
So
Not yet.
we'll see. So you notice that Hivsam has already started making his way across the bridge. He's kind of just doing his own thing. Do you guys want to follow, or do you guys want to go elsewhere while he...
So, who wants to go back to the tavern? And you guys can tell me what is actually up with Hipsham.
I
We
mean,
do kind of have to babysit him, though. I mean, what if he goes and just yells at that statue?
he's kind of a drunk right now.
We'll leave him
I
to
mean,
his
as
own
far
devices.
as I know, he'll view that statue as that one dwarf that, you know.
I personally would, as much as I would enjoy that sight, I think there might be... He's not here at earshot, right?
No, he can't hear you guys at all. He's already on his way out.
I think there's a little bit more than what I'm seeing, dear hearts.
Like,
Well, one of you probably killed Frank. Not judging. I actually wouldn't mind to aid it in it.
what?
Frank?
What about that?
Who?
Listen, we're getting off topic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
With what happened with his hair.
Oh yeah, somebody cut it off. You can insight that all day, I'm right. Not lying. Someone did.
Yeah.
I mean,
no.
you're not lying, but...
We don't really.
Alright.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't wind up... Man, probably should get it trimmed.
All right.
Anyway, off to babysit for Sam.
Okay. So you guys attempt to catch up to him, and Hivsam will say that you're about to enter the building up here.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go inside, it looks like it's a very well-stocked apothecary. Lots of potions and various ingredients and such are strewn about the shelves in alphabetical order, and all of the shelves have costs per gram of like every ingredient that you require. So this would be a good place to stock up for any spells that you might have as well that you need extra components for.
I have none.
Nah.
Me neither.
It's all good.
Nice
Mines
try.
are
Next.
all silent.
Oh.
And I might need to restock on all my spells. You know, I just burned through some.
All
The new
one of them.
grindstone for the axe.
Mhm.
Let's see. How do I cast decapitation again? Let's see.
Oh
I need
yeah, like
axe.
this.
I have
no,
that.
Mor-gak, it's not swing up to down, it's swing left to right. Ugh.
Right.
The only time you
You
have
missed
to
the
go,
somatic component.
the only time you needed to go swing up and down is if their like head is on a block or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just cleaving, and that's just a waste of energy.
Exactly.
It's just as fun.
Now, Mor-gak, understand that if you figure out how to do it without somatic components, you can just watch people just be cut in half without you touching them.
Would that just require verbal then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Slashy.
Ask the bard.
Yeah.
No.
I wonder
Let's
if there's
not.
a bard song called Eviscerate.
Be fantastic.
We'll find one day.
Alright.
Wait, we will rock you scroll.
Or
Alright.
the bard just like turns his lute strings into a garrote and slashes upwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's the rogue acting like he's a bard, but in actuality.
Multi-class.
Alright. Any luck finding that hair growth potion?
Oh yeah. So basically, I enter there and ask them if they have anything for hair growth. Yeah.
He wants to grow a beard.
So the this is actually a younger dwarf that seems to be minding the shop now. Couldn't be more than maybe 25. He's got a bit of a scruff, but he's got no beard yet. He looks like he's not really in charge of the shop, but he knows he's probably just running it for the other individual. And he comes up to you and he's like, "You need to grow a beard?"
Well, anything for follicle stimulation of growth with quick effects.
Oh, we got plenty of that. Don't worry. And he just
oh my
like
god, it's a Canadian dwarf.
walks over
What?
to. I'm not trying to do the Canadian accent. Swear to God.
No,
That's just how it's
it's a
turning out.
thing now. It's a Canadian dwarf. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I might as well go with it then. I'm just going to make it blatantly stereotypical. So
Yes.
he goes to the shelf and grabs one of the potions. He's like, "This to put hair on your chest here, boyo, eh?" It's probably
I love it.
You don't want it on your chest here, so you're gonna have to just like dump it on your head there, and it'll grow there, lickety split there for you, for sure on that, say, yeah.
How
Can
much
I-
does the potion cost, sir?
Alright, can I try just to take a bit of it, just to put it on the hair and try to look to see how much it grows?
Okay.
Like a demo.
Okay, so he says it comes with a stopper, so it's like a little I don't know what you would call it, but those little things where you just like press down on the plunger and it like sucks up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like a little dropper. It's got a dropper. So he
Yeah.
says just put a few drops on the affected area and it'll grow back within minutes.
Oh, pipette. That's the word.
Yeah. So basically, I'll take it and try it.
Okay. So you take a couple drops, you put it on one of your bald spot areas, and you feel like a nice, almost like a cooling tingle feel on the head. And you just kind of like rub the head a little bit, and you can feel like a little bit of hair just starting to grow a little bit. Yeah.
Huh,
So
this is
it
pretty
feels like
interesting.
it's working. And he says that'll cost 10 gold pieces.
Well, hell yeah. I'll take 2 of them.
Okay, so 20 gold for that.
Man, I used 1,000 of gold today. 40 gold so far.
You guys spend a lot of gold, yeah.
Mhm.
And you guys enter in the shop just as Hivsam is just like, yes! And he slaps down a bunch of gold into this dwarven guy's hands, and he just like beams ecstatically.
Thank you, kind sir. This is a beautiful thing. I'll try my best to
I'm imagining him just
recommend you anywhere.
dumping it on his head now. Not even bothering with the pipette, just sploosh.
There's a hairdresser nearby, correct?
No hairdresser that you know of.
Dwarves are taught at a young age to care for their hair, I'll have you know.
You're a half-elf. How do you know?
You meet a lot of weird people when you travel. just don't. Don't
You meet a
comment
lot
on dwarvish hairdressing. That will insult them greatly.
You meet a lot of weird. She'll be saying this in Elven. You meet a lot of weird people with my job description.
Yeah, no, I have traveled pretty much everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Sure, it's not like I'm with the International Arcane Union.
Filthy magic police.
Yeah, you're getting sick and tired of all these dues you gotta pay them. Like, you're getting a little annoyed with that.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Why are you talking wood speak?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
God, we're talking
no,
in
no.
Elvish. I'm sorry, Mark.
That's not wood speech. This is wood speak. She would be saying the last part in Sylvan.
Oh.
Ugh,
Yeah. No,
Liz,
that was
Don't
a
speak in
terrible
random
pun, and you
languages.
should feel bad.
I know Sylvan too.
yeah. So Sylvan
No,
to you,
speak and
Mor-gak.
talk.
Sylvan to you, Mor-gak, sounds like as if someone took a wooden branch and rubbed it up against a rock very vigorously.
How do you do that with your mouth?
Quite easily. She would respond in Sylvan.
That was a little screechy for your liking.
Yeah, and I would say in Sylvan, he's as stupid as that rock you.
Or it just looks at Aust like, how? What? Even?
Elves are weird.
Yeah, I got that from her, Sam.
Okay, also true. But he's a racist as well. So,
Hey, I'm no
That was
racist.
mutual with all elves.
admittedly, that's like 98% of the time true.
But then again, technically everybody's not a fan of orcs. Even orcs. Damn orcs.
You're racist
You're
against
ruined.
your own people. Yep. It's that segregation that you guys got going on right now. Like, if you all banded together, you could take over the world, but you're all too busy, you know, banging rocks together or trying to eat each other. Like, it's just
Hello?
really easy.
I
Howdy.
What did I miss? I got
Oh, it's-
disconnected.
You're
Nothing
good.
think
really.
about how orcs
Nothing.
each other off head.
Okay,
Fight
so-
each other a lot for power. That's about it.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
standard walking instigators of natural destruction stuff.
Disaster.
Oh,
Disaster.
wind.
Yeah,
Got
that's
it.
a D. Yeah, that's a D.
Yeah, and I'll go somewhere to nurture my hair and sing happy. With a mirror, of course.
Mhm.
So at the inn, and there's no bathhouse. Dwarfs don't bathe.
No.
Wow. Okay, yeah,
really
elves at it
presumptuous
again.
of you. Rude.
They believe in their musk.
Yeah, it's a natural musk. I don't know.
Hmm.
So,
They clean themselves with magic.
did you want to do anything else in the apothecary shop before you go?
Nah. I only needed a hairspray.
Okay.
Oh,
His hair now reaches the floor.
like an old. Yeah, I can make a big, old like beard to look like a prophet.
Mm-hmm. A ginger.
Beware!
We bring you the bank.
Do you actually get a beard? Are you putting stuff on your chin to make a beard?
Nah, just hair for now.
Okay. It's coming in nice and red and lush, just like you hoped.
Beautiful.
Aww.
I just kind of stay next to Mor-gak and say, "So tonight, I'm definitely putting that on his face."
Yeah, did I hear that?
Well, you could roll for insight.
No, like I made sure to keep it quiet.
No.
A very good distance away.
Yeah, no, he already walked off. I thought.
Oh no, he hadn't walked off yet. But roll for. I think it would be. It wouldn't even be sleight hand. It would be
Maybe stealth.
stealth. Yeah.
Nope.
Maybe
It'd be
stealth.
perception.
What? No,
Perception.
talking like how quiet I was saying it.
Yeah, perception is to listen in.
Yeah, so he would roll perception, you would roll stealth.
Yeah. So you had
that
a
how it
7
would
for
go?
stealth, and then Hivsam roll for perception.
Oh.
See if you notice what he's talking
If
about.
I was rolling for stealth, see what we would get.
Oh, yeah, he definitely heard that.
And I would turn around and say, "You would," and
Yep.
I would just die him.
Definitely.
Now that makes me wonder, if you would do that, would you shear my hair too?
No, this was all just for the hair shearing thing, even though it wasn't me,
Here's
so
the
I
thing.
wanted to keep the thing going, regardless.
Have you
But
ever
it-
thought what you'd look like with a beard?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question. No, I won't
mean-
try.
I mean, like, we could just shear it off immediately.
Purely
Yeah.
curiosity, that's all it is.
Yeah, no, there's no reason not to check.
You
Yeah,
know,
with-
orcs
Maybe if
physically
I...
impossible.
And, like, with prestidigitation, you could probably just make a razor.
Yeah, probably.
Immediately.
Nah, if I don't use the whole bottle,
Just in
whole
case.
first bottle, yeah, I'll save one potion just in case
Okay.
something like this happens.
Fair reasoning, fair reasoning.
And I'll try my best to hide it from the rest of the party, somewhere in my bag.
Okay.
Blast.
Alright.
Oh, by the way, did I see his new amulet in the meantime?
He is wearing it
Under my
around his
shirt,
neck,
so,
so... Oh, is it under your shirt?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, if Sam, you wouldn't have noticed then.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not wearing it outside his shirt.
So, what did you do when you were in that temple?
So what temple?
Priest.
Oh, there is a temple here.
Yeah, to
Come on, there's no reason to keep all that information from me, sweetheart. You can
It's
trust me.
because I'm still processing it.
Processing what? What did I miss?
Nothing, honey. Don't
You just-
concern yourself.
Just a discussion with the priest.
Oh,
He
I really
was
want to go.
blind. It was interesting. He could see without seeing, something along the lines of that.
Where is
Blind
that
sight.
temple?
That makes no sense.
Called
Yeah.
blind sight. You can basically feel shit.
And he can still see.
I-
With his hands. That's how you
Yeah.
feel things.
Arwen kind of just
So really, it's long distance feeling as compared to blind sight.
Exactly. He just has long arms.
Long invisible arms. See, if he explained it like that, it would have made so much more sense. More.
she like
Exactly.
Well,
presses
he's
her.
arcane orc. He knows how that works.
It's called mage hand. See?
Yes, but can you
Nah, it's not
feel
the
with
same
mage
thing.
hands, or can you only see with mage hands?
Listen to the expert. He was trained to be shaman.
You can't feel what the mage hand feels. It's a disembodied hand. That does
Exactly.
your bidding.
So
Shut up,
therefore,
God.
blind sight is an improved mage hand.
Hey, I
That
know
cannot
things.
interact. What is that voice from the sky talking?
Did it say I was right?
Yes.
Shut up, Sky!
Alright.
Mor-gak is never right.
Alright, so timing-wise, how are we at? Where are we at?
Timing wise, we'll say it's getting really close to meeting up with the foreman now, yeah.
So who
We'll
are we
probably
meeting
head there.
again?
A guy who probably imprisoned Mor-gak's son.
Enslaved.
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 And some other people who are, well, maybe interested. We'll
We're
see.
not buying the Minotaur.
And you wanted to buy your son and not the Minotaur. You
A minotaur?
I know! They sell the Minotaur and these cheapskates did not give me money to buy.
But
I know!
they're slavers, right?
Yes.
Then why on this god green earth are we allowing it?
Why not?
Excuse me, slavery is a very much profitable business.
Excuse
Indeed.
you, I don't walk into your house and tell you how to live.
And very much sanctioned in the city, which is full of guards. I'm just saying.
She would say the last bit in Elven, because this would be like a personal heritage issue.
I'm sorry. You did not hear what I said then.
But you did hear what I said, in a response in Elvish.
Or if Sam, they're speaking would speak.
Oh, I know who speak, but I can translate it to you mentally.
Again, sweetheart, that's not wood speak.
And in Mor-gak's head, it would sound like would speak, would speak, would speak.
Nam flashbacks.
Okay.
They're coming out of the trees. They're coming out of the goddamn trees. You just like see a bunch of like orcs getting like pulled up into the trees and then limbs
Back
falling
in the day
down
when
seconds
Mor-gak
later.
helped establish the orc encampment when he had to deal with cutting down a forest of like living trees to make wood for it.
Oh my
Mor-gak's
God.
seen some shit.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm starting to get Nam flashbacks now.
Let's go to the slave place.
Okay.
Let's just keep going.
Alright, so we continue on to the slave quarters. And you guys see the foreman waiting in the front with about, we'll say 6 guards, actually.
Oh dear.
And he says this is your escort down into the mines. He's got some business to attend to back at his office, but he will leave you into the capable hands of this dwarven entourage to give you a tour. Just to keep
That's
an
much
eye on
obliged
things,
of
make
you.
sure that the slaves don't attack you, that sort of thing. Like, these guys are going down into a mine with a bunch of what are enemies to the dwarves, essentially, so...
Well,
yeah.
seeing as this is a bit of a pickle and my hair is extremely long, she's she's
That
going.
was-
Gonna put your
He's
hair up in
dying.
a bun, make sure nobody grabs onto it.
She's going to spend the next while waiting. She'll braid it.
Oh yeah, and probably Rivsam, if his hair grew too much, would do so. He doesn't want it to be ruined just as it grew.
No, it seems to have grown fairly even. Where you
Ah.
put it, you still have patches, but that one spot where you filled it, it was good.
You need
Okay,
to fill in the rest.
all in good time.
Just take
So
it.
you're going to continue with bald spots. Got it.
His hair could be damaged in battle. It must wait.
Correct.
So set it on fire. Got it.
Yes. That
Ah,
Oh,
it's
is
not
the hair
flammable.
growth potion by chance flammable? Is his hair now extra flammable?
Yeah.
It is like
has
right,
always
right?
been flammable,
Yes, but extra flammable.
not
like.
extra flammable. No, just flammable in general.
Aww. Okay.
Just cast fireball. Just make sure he's in the vicinity, and then he'll fail his dex save, and
Anytime
then
he
he'll have
gets
no hair.
dealt with fire, his hair is going to combust. I like
Oh yeah,
this
Specs.
logic.
Can I try to attune to my new staff?
For half a second, I thought you were going to say
Yeah, you
attuned to
can-
my hair potion.
You can. What was the rule? You can only be attuned to 3 items. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I have mask and I did not attune yet
Oh
to
yeah,
the
you
other
have 3
two.
items total with you, so you haven't attuned to the other 2. Okay. So which one do you want to attune to first?
The one with the warlock one. Let me find it. Rod of the Pact Keeper.
Rod of the Pact Keeper. Okay, let me just pull up what that does again, because I want to make sure, in case this goes sideways, what it does.
+1.
To DC and stuff.
Oh, +1 to your DC. Okay, so skill saves and whatnot. Okay, gotcha. Alright,
Did I succeed? Oh, I mean, what do I roll?
you would roll Arcana.
Come on, gods of the arcane. Arcane arc?
Oh, look at that. So you hold on to the rod and you try and feel its energy, and it feels like it's pulsating in your hand, and it feels like you are now attuned to the rod completely with just that one little thought process that you did. So yeah, you're good with that.
Yeah, I'll inscribe the symbol of the masquerade in it, just to know it.
Okay. And then did you want to attune to the other?
Nah. Actually, why not?
Okay. And then this one is...
Fail.
Which one was that? The Wad of...
Withering.
Withering. Okay.
Staff
So-
of Withering.
You grasp this wand as well, and you try to do the same thing to attune to it. And you feel like your hand is burning right now, and you drop the wand, and you feel... you look to see there's a black mark on your hand, like it burnt the skin. And you just kind of like flake it off a little bit, and you realize that it's got a scar on your hand right now from that.
I'll put my hand in the river just to cool it down.
Okay. When you do that, it doesn't feel like it's cooling it down at all. You took 2 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Ew.
50 HP. Does it smell bad?
It smells like burning flesh.
I'll use Prestidigitate to unsmell it.
Unscented, yeah. Descent your
Yeah.
gross hand.
Can we
To make
cast
it
mending
smell
on
like
the
flowers.
hand?
Oh, you can cast heal or cure light wounds, or even drink like a health potion if you wanted to. But
Nah,
I mean, we
2
don't use
HP.
them anyway.
exactly, you got a ample.
Oh
supply.
yeah, we have a lot of health potions. Give them to me.
Give them all to her.
No.
At least
Wait,
give me a few, because I'm pretty sure I am the designated healer.
You're a designated killer.
I've
With
been
a
a
knife.
designated
Well-
healer for a long time.
We're all
I can
designated
do
killers.
both.
You
Alright,
just
I'm gonna
like
hand you
assassin.
a potion of Cure Light Wounds, which is 1d8 plus con.
All right. No. Why? Just a single potion?
Just a single potion. This is to test you.
Okay.
If I can't trust you with this, why would I be able to trust you?
What?
Listen, if you want the sword, then
No,
you're
no.
going to have to be building up your trust. Right now, all you're doing is stabbing me. That's not trustworthy.
No.
Mor-gak, aren't you like immune to stabbing and
Almost.
magic?
Almost.
Okay.
He's getting there.
One day.
Mhm. With enough
All right.
practice.
But for now, here's this potion.
In the meantime, can I hold on to the sword?
Sure.
Yay.
So Sunbeam sword
Damn it! I
for
don't get
Aust.
suggestion. Wait. Yes, I do have suggestion.
Mhm.
No, I'm not giving you the sword. I am immune to being charmed.
And
You
so am
are-
I.
Throw that right in the trash. Denied.
No. If you wind up
Or
giving it back
advantage
to
against, rather. Yeah.
No. It's if Mor-gak gets it back. I know his wisdom isn't that good.
Mhm.
Wow. I would
Raging.
just counterspell the heck out of that then. Not doing that to
Hey,
Mor-gak.
don't use your spell slots.
So the guards begin tapping their feet as you guys are doing this infighting thing. It's like,
Just a moment, sir.
are we going?
And this has the same stats as the sunlight sword, you said?
Yep.
Yes. The Sunbeam
Alright.
sword.
Sunbeam.
Wait, you can use that thing?
It's a finesse weapon. I don't think he can.
I think you can
Yeah,
if he's elf.
Oh, if he's elf?
He's a half elf.
I'm a half elf.
No.
Oh.
It's a finesse weapon. As long as you're proficient with long swords, you're proficient with it.
Well,
Yeah,
I
but-
am.
Yeah, I would be proficient
an
with it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Aust does not.
Then I am. Give me the blade.
Okay.
Yeah, I completely trust Hifsam with a lightsaber.
You know what? I'm just gonna hold on to it for the sake of her not charming me. So that she
I'm
won't be
also
able to
elf.
get it until then.
I'm also elf,
I'm
I'm
not-
immune.
I'll have
Yeah.
you know, the only time that I'm in character is when I do put on this accent. I know it's not quite noticeable, but I hope it starts to become.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Perfect.
It's a strange thing you're doing with your voice.
Alright, anyway.
Maybe you have throat issues.
Down into the mines.
Into the mines.
Into the mines. Okay.
We'll go to the mines.
So you guys go into the second level of the city, which is literally all mines.
Whoa.
That's a lot of rock.
Yes, that's a lot of rock. So
There is gold.
the
There's gold.
guards tell you it's called the Null Dwarven Mine. Right now,
Durnal.
yeah, Donal.
Dunil?
So to the north, we'll say, what was that? Actually, no, to the southeast is the cove where it has the Workers' Tavern and Eatery, Healer Shrine in case there's any minor injuries.
But
The workshop, which they do the smelting and creating the tools and repairing of the mine equipment. There's an empty ore pit, which they're using as just kind of like a dumping ground for all the rock and sediment that they don't need. You have the ore carts, the assembly and garage for moving all the gold and gems and whatnot up and down the track. The exhausted silver pit, which is being used just as supply storage, so basic mine equipment, etc. Then you have the giant gold pit, which is the primary mine right now. It's got a rich vein of gold that they are mining currently. And then there's the old pit, which has been subsequently exhausted and now has caved in. The river is running from the north west to the north, or to the southeast of the cavern here, which also runs up from where you guys came from, in the main area of the Kaggrim city. And then you have the Platinum Pit, which is almost completely exhausted of any ore that is being mined. And then in the far northwest of the mine, they have the Crystal Caves, which is a large gemstone deposit of various crystals known and unknown to the dwarves. So plenty of things to be digging up and looking for in this area. So the guards first take you down into the workshop area, and that's where a majority of the slaves are right now. They're doing the smelting of the ore that the carts bring in from the mines. Most of the mines are being manned by dwarven miners themselves because they don't really trust the slaves too much to be mining precious metals and crystals and such, just in case they attempt to pocket any. But right now, majority of the slaves just smelt the ore and melt it down into bricks, and then they haul the ore bricks off, the smelted ore down onto the carts, and the carts head up towards the assembly garage, where then it is distributed and stored away up in the top level of the city, so first level of the city. When you guys look around, you notice some very familiar colors with glowing red gems in them attached to every single slave that is working in the workshop. You see a large variety of races. You see kobolds, you see lizardmen, you see dwoomer, so like basically emo dwarves. You see you see drow, you see even a few orcs as well. The dwarves, from what you can tell, don't really discriminate with age either. So you see some young orcs, you see some young dwarves, you see, or dwoomer I should say. You see some children with collars around them, just moving rocks and small objects, helping with the ore smelting process as well. Huh, that's a good one. So yeah, like they're just going about their business. There are several automaton robots, all with the similar giant gemstone in the center of them, also red, just kind of patrolling up and down the workshop. and you can see towers where there's dwarves just kind of like standing watch with crossbows and whatnot, making sure that no messing around or no one trying to escape kind of deal. So the guards were informed that you guys are interested in purchasing some slaves. So they take you to some of the more recent slaves that are being trained in the smelting process. So out of those slaves, you see this a giant minotaur with a cage over his face and head. His horns were cut off completely, so they're just shaved down to a nub on either side. There's also a couple of younger orcs, one female and one male, not as old as, or not as young as your son, but he looks to be maybe about like 20 or 21. And then an older orc female, she could probably be around like mid-30s. You don't see any gold hiv, Sam. You're far, far away from that. Right now they're just smelting. They're smelting the platinum and what's left of the.
Even better.
Better, yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot more interesting. You don't see any deposits of like crystals that they're working on at all. Looks like this is just mainly the smelting of the metals that they're doing right now. So yeah. When you walk by Mor-gak, you can feel your orc or your axe kind of start twitching at your side. It seems like every time you get close to one of these automatons, the axe just kind of like lifts slightly upwards and then just settles back down. So it's like
bad axe.
gravitating towards
Good axe.
the automaton robots.
Like it wants to hit them?
Not so much that it wants to hit them. It seems attracted to it.
Kill them now.
It's like its energy is like attracting its your axe to the automatons for some reason.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Oops.
Wanna do silent image?
No.
No.
I'm just looking through things.
Okay. All right. So
I'm only going to cast it if need be.
yeah.
I don't need to
They
now.
point
Stand
at
by.
the Minotaur and they point at the young orc male and the young female orc, and they also point to a couple of drow and dwoomer that arrived recently, as well as a young female elf and two young males, and said they just came in with the most recent caravan, and they
Any
are
recognizable at all?
yes. So the two young men and the young elf woman were the ones that attempted to raid your cart. It seems that they ended up getting enslaved for whatever reason.
And I would send them mentally. I told you to be careful.
And
Wow.
Dick.
they all three of them just kind of like glance up at you, and then they just
And I would just like
one of the boys glares at you, and the girl just kind of like whimpers. Well, not so much whimpers, but she kind of like winces and just goes back to her work.
Yeah, and I would send them anyway. It's not like I can help you. I don't have much money. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they just ignore you at that point and continue paying attention to their duties.
Stupid kids.
I think I was in the barrel during that time.
Yes, you were.
I mean,
You are.
and the well.
No, she noticed them first.
Do
Oh, yeah.
we see...
Yeah,
so
she
there's
told
only-
us.
I was in the well.
Yeah.
Not whale. Well. Fuck.
Whale,
Nope,
whale.
whale.
Well.
The well wasn't the whale?
The whale
Yes.
leads to a well? Or is it the other way around?
Probably.
The well leads to the whale.
Ah. Which then transports you across the land.
But a whale's...
Sky whale.
Teleport whale.
Alright. Now where are we?
You know, Smax, we're unintentionally ruining your moment.
I'm done talking. I'm just waiting for you guys to do something.
Nobody looks like Gorgak is my question.
Nobody looks like Mor-gak, no. Like I said,
Can I
you see
approach-
some
Alrighty.
orcs, but not
And I
yourself.
approach the 2 orcs.
Yes. Okay. So the guards don't let you wander so much alone. 2 of the guards kind of shadow you, while the other 4 are keeping an eye on the rest of the group. So
And I would ask the guards. I would ask them if they have any, more like a stronger orcs from that are maybe skilled in work, because we're searching for a better quality workers. These look good, but we search for something different.
so one of the guards asked you, Hisham, are you just looking for orcs? Is that all you're looking for, like specifically?
Right now, yeah, they look promising.
Okay. So one of the guards says like they have quite a few orcs. Mostly, they're from the Mountain Clan. They do have a couple of orcs that are from other areas as well. The only ones that they don't have are the ones that are feral orcs, they call them. So the ones that are like just like not tameable whatsoever. They're known as, hold on, I just gotta look up. I think they're called. Oh yeah, they're called the Diggas. That's what they're called. They're pale-skinned orcs, but they're skinny and they use primitive tools and are more feral. So if they ever come across those ones, they put them down immediately. They don't even bother trying to enslave them because they're just that bad.
How quaint.
They're like an infestation, pretty much. But they have some dirt thumpers that he mentioned. So that's the tribe of Mor-gak. And then the Rockos. Majority are Rockos, but they have some dirt thumpers as well. Those are the 2 tribes.
Yeah, we'll probably search for all of them.
Mainly the ones from
look.
Dirt Numbers.
So, Mor-gak, you approach the 2 orcs, and you see that they're both Rocco, from the Rocco tribe. They're a little bit more burly. They are slightly taller and more angular. They're kind of like husky looking, I guess you could say. More fat than actual like muscle, just to keep them warm in the winter. So.
Mor-gak is just gonna ask in Orcish.
Okay.
Have you seen my son?
So.
Almost. He was gonna ask, have you seen a younger?
Any
Me.
other orcs. So the male ignores you, and the female just kind of like says, "We're not supposed to talk while we work, otherwise they hurt us."
Mor-gak looks at the guys to see if they hurt them after she responds.
No, she was talking in a hushed tone. Like I said, the 2 guards are just like shadowing you right now, just to make sure that the slaves don't like try to attack you or anything. They're more for your protection than anything else, even though of course we both know you don't need it.
Yeah. I'm gonna ask guards, can I talk to these people?
Then they derisively say people.
So the guards just kind of like give you an incredulous look, like why would you even address these things? But they're just like, you know what? Well, one of the guards just says like, yeah, but make it quick, kind of thing. Like,
Yeah, and I would tell
they
them
gotta
that we need to know the mental profile of them before we hire them. By
yeah, and one of the dwarves says something in dwarves to the other, and he just kind of like laughs a little bit, and they just like shake their heads. Let you do your thing, Mor-gak.
Alright. So I'm gonna ask again, have you seen any smaller, younger orcs? Specifically, do they respond to the name Gorgak?
So the male, again, just ignores your question because he's just more or less wants to focus on his work. The female just kind of like looks down and says like, yeah, we heard that name before. Haven't seen him in months though.
Months?
Yeah.
Do you know where he last was?
They said they sent an expedition down into the crystal caves to dig up some more gems and crystals. but that's the last they heard. That was like 3 months ago, she says.
I see.
Keep in mind, you guys spent a month of travel almost, because it was 3 weeks to get to where you were, and then another week of travel just to get to Kaggrim. So, while you guys were in Diremore Swamp, he had been in this mine for 2 months, basically.
Oh, I know a way I can get around.
So it's a 6 months.
No,
Since
it's
No,
not
it's
6
been
months.
3 months.
It's
though.
been 3 months total, but you guys basically did a month of travel from Diremore Swamp all the
Oh.
way here. Yeah.
So another there.
Wasn't that
another
like
way.
3 weeks? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yeah. So feature blah 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 blah. Criminal background. You have a reliable and trustworthy contact who acts as your liaisons to the network of other criminals. You know how to get messages to and from your contact, even over great distances. Specifically, you know the local messengers, corrupt caravans, and seed sailors who can deliver messages for you.
Okay, so because you're an agent of the IAU, you would be associated with criminal organizations, or at least know. But what exactly would you invoke with that criminal background knowledge that you have, specifically?
Well, see, as Mor-gak is trying to look for his son at some point as a way to help with the search, I could try and find information.
Okay, so we could say that you can probably ask around the city and see if you...
Yeah, when we get back to the city, that's what she'll probably wind up doing.
Yeah.
Right now, she's currently, holding her braid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so essentially what we got out of that is a month ago they sent an expedition down to a lower level of the mine, and he hasn't come back from it.
Yes.
It's looking pretty grim, guys.
Yeah.
And
For
I
real.
told you, Morgan.
in other
So
words,
either go,
he's dead.
or
yeah.
we go into depths of the underworld and probably.
Oh, great! So you mean we're going to go straight down to the hells and then wind up encountering some drow?
Well, you know,
Fantastic!
Froshka.
Ooh, we want. Wait, Smax,
Finally
do we
end
know?
him forever.
Smax, is hell connected to the material
Real
plane?
plane.
Can we go down and find hell? Nine hells.
As far as you know, hell is not connected to the material plane whatsoever.
But the
Yeah.
astral plane is now.
So,
Alright, well, I'm gonna thank her for the information.
Mm-hmm. And she just kind of nods slightly and goes back to her work.
Mor-gak?
And they call me the monster. Alright, now I'm gonna turn to the guards and say, hey, so, I'm curious. These ones don't seem like the heavy lifting type, more of, the smithing core. Do you have any that go down and dig?
Dig a hole.
Yeah. So he says that most of those are sent down in the gold pit, but only a select few. And then the ones that misbehave, or the ones that are unruly, get sent to the crystal caves.
Crystal
Oh, boy.
caves.
That's
We need-
the deepest part of the mine, and also the most dangerous.
We're gonna need.
Is that the one
someone
where people
to
don't
be
come back from every once in a while?
The guards just kind of say, well, yeah, that's where we send most of the slaves that we aren't too afraid of losing, essentially.
We're gonna
What's
need
down
s-
there?
Several things. There's dangerous poisonous fungus. They've seen black oozes. They've seen Dwoomer raiding parties. They've seen all sorts of things down there. Most recently, they have heard of rumors of just people disappearing. Just
About a
overnight,
month ago, did you guys send people down there?
Monthly, they go down there to get some more crystals for tribute to their god because it's required. That's the way the dwarves think is like they are technology based. They don't believe in magic, but they worship Felvin. And the guard goes into a basic explanation as to we go down into the crystal caves, we get the crystals and the gems, and we give them to Felvin as tribute, and as reward, they find stronger veins, like larger veins of ore and gold and platinum. They just like magically reappear. So where they've dug before, it is now replenished for some reason. So that's basically what they do. They donate the crystals and the gems to Felvin, and Felvin returns in kind by providing the materials and ore that they need to mount their defenses and basically make a life for themselves.
So you get these gems off the back of slaves, donate it, and he rewards you instead of those who actually found them. Ironic.
You say that out loud?
I say that to his face.
The dwarf takes very very insultingly.
Oh,
He thinks we're done here, and he motions for the other guards to.
I'm saying that to the
gather.
guard who told me that information. I'm not telling that to the. I thought I was talking to the guards for info.
Yeah, you are talking to the guards for info.
Okay.
She will profusely apologize for his brash actions, and saying is that he's not a very religious person, so he doesn't understand the power of the gods.
Yeah, he's just a big dumb orc.
Okay, so the guard.
You see that gold pit? I'm gonna throw you in that gold pit.
I'll be
assume
happy
that
to
was
die there.
out of character. So the dwarf guard calms down, and he's just like, you know what? You make sure he keeps a civil tongue, because we have to live like this. We don't want to, but it's the best thing we've got right now. Slavery is legal here. You don't like it, then find someone to change the law. But right now, this is the backbone of the society. They run off of slaves. You take these slaves away, and it basically just like all falls apart.
We're gonna need some slaves with more
We
spirit.
need a revolution, comrades!
The workers union unite.
Quite.
We wind up taking over the fucking Dwarven city. Ah, yes, that seems like a wonderful idea. Bloody hell, fuck no.
Yeah, Have Sam wanted a bank, but you got a city.
Of course. That's with gold mine, mate. And
Hey,
planets.
And
My
then it's all
goals-
gonna get destroyed again.
my goal is to, like, become the ruler of the underworld, so...
As in criminal underworld, or
Are we talking
Why not
literal underworld?
Why not we go with yes?
Okay.
We'll leave it up to your imaginations, sweethearts.
quaint. Alright, I'm gonna turn to the dwarves and say we need some with more spirit. Take us to the mines, the crystal caves.
Well, right now the guard kind of like eyes you, Aust. He's like, I thought you guys were here to purchase slaves in this area. We don't go to the crystal slaves. We only do it when required. And right now we have enough tribute to our god to last us at least a few days. But he will talk to the foreman and see if you guys can get an armed escort down there.
My good sir, are you saying you do the minimum tribute to your god?
So he says it's not a minimum tribute. They gathered enough crystal to last them a month. They do this on a monthly basis. So what's left of the tribute has not been used yet. And it's a few days before they really actually need to go down and get more.
Alright, what's the plan here?
Well, plan A, we sneak up to the caves now, or plan B, we sneak up to the caves Or plan C, we don't go to the caves at all.
So she will
Plan C
retort
isn't really an option.
into Elven. I might be able to get some information on, well, a more detailed map of these pits. That way, so we know what we'll get our hands on.
Maybe, or you can. I'll
How
do
much
it
do you
mentally.
think the elephant two humans are?
I would recommend that we discuss about this plan outside of here.
Alright. I agree.
When Mor-gak is loudly stating, how much do you think the elephant two humans are to draw people off that train?
Mor-gak, sweetheart, let's go.
Orman didn't answer my question.
Mor-gak, sweetheart, let's go.
Mor-gak.
Unless we rob him of that.
roaches with monocle.
Monocle and suit.
Mor-gak,
Wings
I'm looking for
sweetheart.
slaves.
We need
No,
to
no, we
go.
don't.
Just
Stop right there.
kind of moving his fingers like connivingly across a mustache that he suddenly grew.
She's like doing like it's a very small push, but she's trying to like
Yeah, you're not budging this guy at all. You're just kind of like rubbing up against him. He's like, "Are you coming on to me?"
Oh no!
Please
No.
stop, I'm married.
I would have been too, but Mor-gak, we need to go.
And the guards are getting a little impatient. They're just like, "Want to go home now? It's getting dark. Can we wrap this?"
Yes,
How
we
can
will
they know
leave.
it's dark? We're underground.
They're
Dwarf
dwarves. They know what
senses.
time it is. He checks his sundial watch. He's just like, "Yep, yeah, it's 9 p.m. guys. Time's a ticking."
How does that work? What?
Magic.
Okay, kind of
question it.
irrefutable evidence there. All right.
Well,
Wait a second. Dwarves don't believe in magic. He's an
technology-
imposter.
Technology is technically magic that they just haven't discovered yet.
Discovered yet? Yeah.
Good old laws of sci-fi.
He's a literal giant clock on his arm. It's just like, yep, it's getting late there.
All
Yeah,
right.
and with every tick, his hand shakes.
Yeah, it's like the moon dial just slowly ticks towards the center of the watch he's wearing. It's just like, I'm gonna be late for dinner.
The wife won't be pleased.
Wife's gonna kill me.
Mor-gak, we need to go.
Alright. I wasn't convinced until he said that his wife was gonna be mad. Don't want that.
Okay.
Trust me, I got 3 scars from one day. Oh, she was mad.
Oh yeah.
Good times.
The best.
You're insane.
The best supper fight ever.
All right. So heading back to the city then.
Okay. So you guys head back to the city. Like I said, it's around nighttime. So if you want, you guys can look around. But looks like most of the city is calmed down now for the night. Everything's closed up shop.
To the end.
Okay. So you guys managed to get directions from the guards. They tell you where the inn is. That would be number 7.
Wow.
So you guys head into the inn.
Do I
and,
see the shrine in the meantime?
Do you ask for directions for the shrine?
Oh yeah, I probably heard about
Literally
it.
just
I'll
ask
ask
me.
Direct.
Or you could ask Aust. I assume.
Didn't want to say. Nah, I'll ask guard.
Okay. So the guards point and say is like it is southwest from the inn.
Okay, and I search for it.
Okay. So you see it's right about there. Yeah. You
And
see,
in I go. And I'll tell others I'll meet them later.
So you actually go up to the shrine and the door is locked.
It's locked.
Yes.
Back to the inn.
Full stop.
Full stop.
Nope. Locked door.
Denied.
Yes. They do have visiting hours, but the visiting hours are not closed. So you head back to the inn. Do you guys want to stay up longer, or do you guys want to go to bed and just
Hey, I haven't used any spells, so I might as well stay up. And I only
Either.
Me neither.
I think you guys are
Pretty
pretty
spellless day. Mor-gak, have you used any of your spells today?
good.
And I'm tapped.
Ah.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Well, at least you flew a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, so I think I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. You guys spent your first night safely alive in the city. You didn't start any riots, which I
All right.
expected to happen, actually, to be honest. But you
Falls.
behaved yourselves, more or less.
I'm gonna try and get through to Felvin through the amulet when everyone's asleep.
Okay.
I will probably try and get in contact with my friend.
Underground associate. Yes.
My friend.
Yes, your friend, quote unquote.
Heavy quotations.
Yes.
Your buddy.
Pal.
Okay.
Compadre.
Mm.
However you say, friend in tree.
Comrade.
Friend in tree.
You got a friend in tree.
Ah.
That's where the rogues hide.
Alright.
It was like that would be perfect. It was like, what are you looking at? It's like, my friend in tree, huh? And then immediately your buddy just like jumps out of the tree and stabs the guy. He's like, ah!
They never look up.
High five!
Yeah.
So you try to talk to Felvin, Aust, but unfortunately you aren't really able to get in contact with him through the shrine. You have a feeling that you have a bit of untapped power that you still want to try and get used to, so you think maybe another visit to the shrine later, the curator can assist you with maybe finding a proper way to speak with your god.
Okay.
Because right now he just gave you the amulet and gave you some like arbitrary information, but right now you're not entirely sure how to use that
Access that.
information. Exactly.
Right. Alright.
Okay, so like I said, we'll just leave it at that, and we will continue on possibly 3 weeks to a month from now. Might be able to do it sooner, but all depends on what happens. But I think we got a good start so far.
Right.
And into the barrel I go to sleep.
Yes, back into your barrel.
You know, I had a feeling with this for getting Mor-gak's son that it was either going to be like picking him up from the daycare or a prison break.
Yeah, it kind of feels like a prison break-esque kind of.
I'm sure.
Also,
I actually think if we wind up explaining the situations that we could avoid it.
I
Nah.
doubt it. Slaves cost money.
Yeah. And we want to kill things.
And besides, I mean, he's in the crystal caverns. They're not just gonna go in there and say, oh yeah, we'll find him for you. No, it's gonna be,
Don't worry, sir, we'll
well,
get
he's
your
probably
son.
dead. Sorry.
Whoops.
Of course, it's gonna be that Canadian dwarf that'll be sorry.
Yeah, sorry, your son's kind of dead there, boyo.
Max, before you depart, did we get our 100 gold deposit back?
So your 100 gold deposit is being held on to for now because you haven't purchased any slaves, and you have not talked to the foreman yet in regards to not purchasing one. So he's holding on to it for now. Tomorrow you guys can decide what you want to do with that.
We'll kill him in cold blood.
Okay.
Oh wow.
That'll go well.
That went from about 10 to
0
100
to
real
100
quickly.
in about a second, yeah.
Just add that to my notes of to-do list.
Kill Foreman with bare hands.
No, I gotta get back 100 gold deposit.
Oh.
Hmm.
That
How do
works.
you think I was the bank? I'm
Well, kill
always
him.
keeping track of our money.
Do bear in mind that once you die, I'll take that. I'll try my best to take that.
Alright.
No, Mor-gak's
Arrest
last
these.
act would be to burn the bag of holding so everything inside would be destroyed so you couldn't access it.
Even there.
Even there.
Nur
It's a
would die with
sacrifice I'm
him.
willing to take, and so is he.
Mm-hmm.
Nur hates you as well.
Yeah.
No, no.
Nur has spent enough time around Mor-gak that he just knows most of his passive abilities, so he can rage. He's got danger sense. He's almost learning about Orcanorc, but he's not there yet.
Oh, I read up on danger sense, and I know a way around that because it's very
Oh,
specific
no.
writing. So I'm like, I know what I can do.
Yeah, if I can't see. Step 1, make it so I can't see.
Oh, it says anything that would be normally visible. Yes.
So if it's an
Yeah, so
invisible
anything
thing,
you can see.
Yes.
yeah.
Anything you can see, you can avoid, but anything you can't see can't necessarily be avoided.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or if it's camouflage,
I
stuff
attempt
like
to
that.
see into Nur's mind like I saw into Mor-gak's that one time, just to see if he's slowly starting
But
as well.
I think the first picture for the god of music and would be awesome.
So the first picture, that was the one with the mask, yeah?
No, the first. Well, yes, that would. But I'm talking about the first one in the second set.
Oh, first
Well-
one and the second set. Okay.
Well,
okay.
no, the second one in this first set. I'm sorry.
Oh, I gotta take a look.
The one with the lightning.
Oh, yeah. I like that one. Yeah, the electric harp.
Yeah, the electric harp.
Okay, that works. So the god of light and music has an electric harp. Neat.
Okay.
Alright.
It's
Well,
basically going to be the god's version of Zeus.
yeah. That's pretty cool. So you're good with my idea that I sent you?
I like it. I would say that it's only for like when he's talking in common though.
Only if he's talking common?
Yes, like he's talking mortal speak.
Oh, if he's talking to mortal, then yeah. We could adapt that where it would be like anyone who worships him and is higher up, like not just some like, oh, I pray to you like every second day and that's it. No, like someone who legit worships this guy, pays tribute, stuff like that. He allows them to understand him through his abilities. So what a normal person would hear, who's not really that religious or is just like some random prayer guy to this god, he will hear only music. But those that are attuned with him, who worship him, or we'll say acolytes to him, they will hear words, whereas everybody else just hears like music or just like, like a car radio type deal. So if he's ever angry, you'll know it because he'll play Hall of the Mountain King and slowly come towards you.
That's a great song.
Yeah. I love that song. Anyway, I am going to head to bed, lady and gentlemen. You guys have a good night, and we'll see you in a few months. Or, not a few months, few weeks!
Oh god.
Please,
Yeah,
not that long.
comrades.
No.
Hiatus.
I'm not gonna take a hiatus. No. We're gonna keep
Thank
Not
you.
another
rolling.
Smexy died for a year, and then we were just
Ooh,
like,
yeah.
okay, whatever.
Don't die again, please.
Yeah, I think that was like 6 months I was taking a break. I was
Maybe.
just like mentally exhausted from various real life events, and I just needed a rest. But
Nah, man, it makes sense.
I'm glad you guys stuck around. I really am. 'Cause
Entirely
I do enjoy it.
unforgivable. How dare you?
You can go straight to hell, Aust.
You weren't there.
Oh,
You didn't see what I saw. You didn't see the horrors.
please no, I don't want to be with Proshka.
No, you won't be with Proshka. You'll be with Donald Drumpf watching.
Oh.
Ooh!
Watching
No, he
those
sacrificed him.
British love comedies with
No!
Oh, yeah.
Anything but that. The
Man,
horror.
I look
That's
forward
what
to
he
that
said.
fight in hell when we get to that level.
Anything but Hugh Grant was his last words before he got sucked into the black portal abyss.
I'm guilty as charged.
Please
Oh
don't
God,
go to
I
bed
remember
yet.
this now.
Read this before you go to bed.
Okay. Oh, read it out loud?
It's not
Do
that
it.
good.
You schneerman deep? I'll read it.
Do
I promise I will. But right
Is
now,
it in
I
tree speak?
gotta go sleep.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll read it tomorrow, and I'll comment on it. I'll send you a message.
Okay.
After. Yeah. All right, you lady and gentlemen, have a great rest of your night. I'm outie.
Yeah. See ya.